1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
What?
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
What are you going for here?
I'm going to start over.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Why are you counting?
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. I don't want to update to Windows. I have to pick a different time.
Why are you counting?
I lost count. 1.
Explain it to me.
It has no purpose. I was waiting for you to start your bit. I was counting us up to being live, but then you didn't start it.
Will you count me in?
That's kind of what I was doing, and you just didn't respond.
Because you kept counting.
Yeah, you were supposed to start, but you didn't.
You can't start when you're counting.
You can start right now.
Okay, let's start.
Okay, click the button.
It's
1.
been on the whole time you've been counting.
I thought it hadn't started. I thought
I recorded literally from the moment you said one.
I genuinely thought you did, so I was like, "What's going on?" Okay, you haven't started.
We've been
Make this-
going for
make
2
this a
minutes.
cold open. No balls, you won't. People may click off, but who cares? It's Team Beach 2. All right, you can say your cold open now.
So when we watched Teen Beach Movie, it was Christmas. And now it's Thanksgiving. So we're
What?
watching Teen Beach 2. So happy holidays. These are the best holiday movies you
Ha-
can watch.
Happy holidays. I mean, to be fair, how many Thanksgiving movies are there actually? Does that count as the holiday weekend?
Charlie Brown. Thanksgiving.
Yeah, the Thanksgiving special. Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Teen Beach 2.
There's other Thanksgiving movies like Teen Beach 2 and the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving special.
Which one's better?
The Charlie Brown Thanksgiving special kind of goes hard.
I don't know. Teen Beach 2
I
makes
love when
me.
Snoopy gets trapped in that chair. So good.
Teen Beach 2 makes me pretty thankful. And the pilgrim bit goes hard.
I'm trying to think through this for a second within here. Which one feels more like Thanksgiving? Probably the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving special. Which one is a better movie overall? Probably the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving special. But which one has better music? Probably the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving special. So it's pretty much a toss up.
Welcome, everybody, to the DCOM Duo podcast.
I'm Benji,
I'm Kelsey.
and we're the DCOM duo.
Podcast.
Yeah, we talk about Disney Channel original movies. I would say for a living, but like we've made $0 on this. It's purely been an expense for us. But that's because we enjoy it so much. We're having fun talking to you about all of our opinions. And boy, let me tell you, opinions is the key word of what we have for today's movie.
Yes. If you're here for praise of Teen Beach 2, go somewhere else.
Yeah, go to your little echo chamber because
You're alone. You're not
I
friends
have
here.
found people online who like this movie.
That's crazy.
But I do believe the general sentiment is where I'm at, which is this is bad, both as a movie standstill, but also as a Teen Beach franchise thing.
Yeah.
And
I think
we
it
call it a
really
franchise,
fails.
but there's only 2 films in it.
Yeah, it really fails as a sequel.
It
Unfortunately.
fails in a very interesting ways. This is a very ambitious movie, and it really
Yeah.
shouldn't have been. A
No.
lot of its problem is by trying to do too much. A lot of the plot is trying to make these characters way more interesting and discreet, and it just gets itself way too realistic grounded where it doesn't work on that serious level, but it also doesn't have the same charm the first movie did.
No, it doesn't have the same charm. I also just don't feel like these are the same characters that we met in the last movie, except Brady, I think, is the only one where I'm like, he didn't really change.
If you don't know, Teen Beach Movie is a top 10 DCOM for both Kelsey and myself.
It's fantastic.
We both very much really like Teen Beach Movie,
Yes.
and you can hear all of us talk about it. Like the last time we did an episode on Teen Beach One. You know, it's there,
Yeah.
it's out there.
Merry
You
Christmas.
can click in the top right corner if you're on YouTube. It's right there.
Sure.
And I don't know if you'll go and
I don't know if I'll
find this spot.
I don't know if I'll remember to do that,
Yeah,
but maybe.
maybe. I'm sure you can find it if you just look up on YouTube DCOM Duo Teen Beach. It'll come up. It'll probably be one of the top 2 results. Yeah.
Yeah.
Beyond that though, we really like that movie. We have a lot of good things to say about it. And this movie wanted to be so much, but it just isn't.
Yeah, it was trying to do a lot. It was trying to be like deep and have a message and also
And
be silly and also have a big twist ending. It was doing a lot and failing at a lot.
and I don't think all of the ideas it has are bad, but it really desperately needed to pick a lane and stick to it.
Exactly. It's trying to do so much at one time.
When it's just these characters aren't good enough to do all of this stuff.
No.
Yeah. Well, we can actually get into the movie a little bit within there.
Yeah.
First, fan mail. I don't think we have fan mail.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, but if you want to change that trend, email us at thedcomduo@gmail.com
Yeah.
or message us in any other way.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
We have a lot to say about Teen Beach too, and I'm sure other people do too. So
Let's into factos then.
okay,
DCOM dual factos?
trademark pending. It's gonna be pending for a while. It's pending me mailing it in and getting it denied.
Yeah.
This movie released June 26, 2015. So despite what we were saying in the cold open, if that is the cold open you decide to go with, this is not a Thanksgiving movie. It was
Yeah.
the 97th DCOM.
Ooh.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot around this era, I feel like, lately.
We have.
Yeah. The director of this film is the same as Teen Beach 1. It's Jeffrey Hornaday.
Mm-hmm.
He also did Geek Charming. Those
So
are the
he-
only 3 DCOMs he did.
So he has one hit
Yeah.
Teen Beach movie. You know what? And it's really good.
It's really good.
And he really failed.
I do feel
otherwise.
like Disney and himself may have stumbled in to that success.
Just a pure accident.
They just sometimes you get lucky and everything comes together perfectly.
And it was a good formula to like be silly. That's the point, is because they're trapped in a silly movie. And now they like are trying to balance seriousness and silliness in the real world, and it's not working.
For Jeffrey Hornaday, this was the last project he's worked on.
Whoa, he said
I couldn't find if he like
Can't-
died or anything. It's certainly possible, but
can't go on.
he's also a choreographer. He choreographed for this movie,
Mm.
which I think choreography is fine in this
The
movie.
choreography is
That's
fine.
not anything I have an itch for.
Yeah.
He also did choreography for Flashdance and Chorus Line.
Oh, cool.
So some pretty notable stuff within there. He's also done like music videos, concerts, and live event directing. He's like worked with J-Lo and Madonna and Barack Obama, for instance.
What? Those are one of these things is not like the other.
He also, I think, did Bill Clinton too, and like
Okay.
other musicians.
Other musicians like Bill Clinton.
Yeah, he's a musician. You've seen him go on that saxophone.
Okay.
Have you not seen him go on that saxophone?
No.
That's one of his defining characteristics. I am not saying this as a bit.
I know it's not a bit.
The cast of this movie. We covered the majority of these people earlier, so gonna read through this a little bit quicker than usual, just because
We always say that, but it's not.
I never am quicker. I'm sorry. I have a lot to say, and every time I'm like, I want to put more stuff in because I know more about the world now.
Yeah.
Every day I get older, I find a new media franchise that was like popular. Like, oh, that's notable. Like, did you know that Ross Lynch, who plays Brady, was Austin in Austin and Alley?
I didn't know that.
Oh, you should have.
Of course I knew that.
He has notable roles on stuff like My Friend Dahmer. We played Jeffrey Dahmer and Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
Mhm.
I just copied a lot of these factos from when Kelsey did it the previous time.
Oh, I did it last time?
Pretty confident you did.
Oh.
Yeah. He was in Kids Bop. He was also in So You Think You Can Dance.
Wow.
So huge within there. And he's also had a music career that's honestly almost as big as his, arguably as big as his acting career. It's probably a bigger actor within there. He was in a band called R5, which featured him, three of his brothers, and one of their friends.
Sure.
Yeah. They had 3 albums like that hit the top 30 of the Billboard 200, which is
Okay.
pretty notable.
Yeah.
So decent success, but that ended in 2018, which he replaced it then with a duo called The Driver Era. That's with his brother Rocky Lynch.
Rocky Lynch.
Yeah. That's where he's still doing a good amount of performances now.
Ross and Rocky?
And the other brothers are both R names too. That's why
they're R5. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Again, I don't think the friend starts with it.
This is just like the GGGG all over again.
Yeah. He also, of course, did a lot of songs in Austin and Alley. That was like a song every episode. I don't know. I didn't really watch the show, but certainly a lot of songs.
Certainly a lot.
Next, we have Maya Mitchell, who played Mac.
You did not put Papa's Best Sauce.
Well, she is the star of Papa's Best Sauce. So.
Papa's Best Sauce is our fake DCOM that we made up.
Yeah.
And we did cast Maya Mitchell as the lead.
So, yeah, she plays Penny.
Penny.
Penelope.
But her, Papa calls her Penne, like the pasta.
Yeah. We're kind of certifiably insane. She was in the main cast of The Fosters. She was also a main cast member of its spinoff, Good Trouble, which she also executive produced that show. She had a recurring role in The Line Guard as a Disney connection.
Whoa, who was she?
I didn't write that down.
What the heck? What if she was Nala or something?
She's not. It was a recurring role.
Oh, okay, never mind.
If it was Nala, I think I would have
written
that down. She's currently in the main cast of Disney Plus's The Artful Dodger.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a Disney Plus show that's about to have a second season.
Sure.
And she was a part of, along with a couple people within here, Zombies franchise. We talked about this a bit deeper within the Zombies franchise.
Yeah.
But it was originally going to be a TV show, and Maya Mitchell was going to be the Addison.
Yeah, Zombies and Cheerleaders
Yeah.
was the original concept. And she was Addison, and Luke Benward was Zed. And what an alternate dimension that would have been.
Genuine question for you. Would you prefer the current cast or the old, like, possible cast? Because you're pretty familiar with all 4 actors.
I am now. Well, I'm familiar with Mila Manheim and Meg Donnelly because of Zombies in this universe. So, in this dimension where the Zombies and Cheerleaders show wasn't made. I think, and yeah, I'm familiar with Maya Mitchell because of these movies, and I like Luke Benward. He's also like a DCOM prince. He's not quite.
He's like your favorite DCOM.
I do love him.
Him or like Ryan Merriman.
Yeah, but I will say, like, I think Milo and Meg would be.
I do think Milo and Meg really just killed us.
I think they're incredible, and if this show was made, I never would have known about them probably. So
yeah,
I'm glad I do know about them.
Playing the role of Layla, arguably the main character of this film, which is wild.
Yeah.
Is Grace Gillum. She had a recurring role in Vampire's Diaries. She's had some small other TV guest roles, a lot of just like single episode small things. She was in the main cast of the show called Z Nation. Ever heard of it? Because I haven't.
Nope.
Other than I think the last time we talked about it. More recently, she was in like some smaller, more indie horror films.
Cool. I think notably she was also there for the Do You Want to Build a Snowman Disney Channel sing-along thing for Jordan Fisher. Like,
well, we talk about that later. Yeah, I would like to point out Jordan Fisher has the most bullet points out of anyone because that's what Kelsey had before. And I'm like, sure, I'll keep that in.
He has the most bullet points, and he's like one of the most minor characters, like from the first movie and this
crucially,
movie.
Jordan Fisher isn't even that big of a star.
This is
You just kind of really like him.
These are like the only DCOMs he's in though. He was
Yeah,
in Liv and Maddie, but
as a
that's not a
recurring
DCOM.
role.
Yeah.
He's not even a main cast
Yeah,
member in that.
whatever. He was a main love interest.
He was like in 6 episodes.
Whatever. I don't whatever. We'll talk about him later in a
Yeah,
second.
yeah. First, we got to talk about Tanner.
Yeah.
He's played by Garrett Clayton. He was in 5 episodes of The Fosters.
Whoa, with Maya Mitchell?
Yeah, probably. He was in Hairspray Live.
Fun.
He has done like some small movie projects here and there. He's done some theater roles, and he's really not done that much since we last talked about him.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
Playing the role of Butchie is John DeLuca. He has a recurring role on General Hospital.
Mhm.
He also was going to be in Zombies and Cheerleaders, the original version. He was going to be Bucky.
Crazy.
Yeah. And otherwise, lots of just bit roles. The Disney connections are he was in Wizards of Waverly Place and Jesse for like a single episode.
Okay.
And he's still acting to this day, which,
Good for him.
like, just all minor stuff.
Yeah.
Playing the role of Chi-Chi is Chrissy Fit. She's probably best known as playing the role of Flo in the Pitch Perfect franchise, specifically films 2 and 3.
Fun.
She had recurring roles on General Hospital as well, but also Milo Murphy's Law for a Disney connection. And then still gets a lot of minor roles to this day.
Cool.
Pretty active. One of the new characters in here, Mac's best friend, Alyssa, is Piper Curda. She had a recurring role on Ant Farm.
Ah,
She had a main role in the sitcom I Didn't Do It, which I vaguely think I've heard of before.
I haven't
Other
heard of
roles
it.
that she's had included The Wretched, May December,
Oh, yeah, we've seen that.
and Matlock, and probably most notably is she's the main actress in the upcoming hasn't released yet film Hoppers
What?
from Pixar.
That's crazy good for you, girl.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so fun that we just had to watch her TV show,
Yeah.
and then we're gonna go see Hoppers probably. I'm
Almost
assuming.
assuredly.
So yeah.
Yeah. So that's interesting. Liz
Oh, Lizard.
playing the role of Brady's mother, which I wrote these factos, or I was about to do the factos. Fun fact, Kelsey couldn't get enough of this movie, so she said, I want to watch it initially, do all the notes, and then I'm going to watch it again with you.
I was being efficient so that we could watch it without pausing, and I'm like, I'll just watch it twice. It's not because I like it.
And then I asked Kelsey, is there any character on here that I can delete, like, before I write notes on all of them? And she said, okay, delete these couple people, everyone else you keep. Brady's mom is in one scene.
I thought she's like a new character, so you might as well talk about her. I don't know.
She's in one scene, which is so funny.
But you know what? I see in your notes that she's in a decom, so fuck you, we should mention her.
She is not in a
You
decom.
said Christmas again.
Oh, never
That's
mind.
a
She isn't a
decom.
great. She isn't a decom. I was scrolling. I thought you were saying High School Musical, the series.
No.
She's
Christmas
in
again
that
is
as well.
literally the
But she's in
first
Christmas
one.
again. She's like the main mom in that.
Okay, so that's worth noting.
Why are you eating a leaf?
Not.
I was gonna make the same joke. I was gonna say, sorry, audience. Kelsey was just eating a leaf.
It was our dog.
Playing the role of Sea Cat is Jordan Fisher. All right. He was in Liv and Maddie as a recurring role. He was in Grease Live. He was also in Rent Live.
Nice.
He won Dancing with the Stars.
Hell yeah.
Then hosted Dancing with the Stars Junior,
Crazy.
which I think only lasted for 1 year. He was in To All the Boys, P.S. I Still Love You.
Iconic.
Did some voices in She-Ra.
A few voices.
He was in Turning Red as one of the members of Four Town. There's all Four Town, but there's 5 of them. He was in Disney Channel's Circle of Stars. Do You Want to Build a Snowman?
Oh, you're in there.
I'll put this in because I found it funny. He has an officially released song for Club Penguin.
He does.
Yeah, Club Penguin had him do a song, which was owned by Disney. So
Crazy.
yeah, he sang in Moana,
Nice.
and he's done a lot of theater credits. Like he's actually pretty big
Oh,
in
he's
theater.
big on Broadway.
Usually, he's like the replacement / first understudy for them. A lot of these roles. I mean, later on into their productions, not usually part of original cast, but he just done like Hamilton. He was John Lawrence there. Dear Evan Hansen, he was Evan Hansen. Hades Town, he was Orpheus. In Moulin Rouge, he was Christian. All those are like the main roles.
Yeah. And he like does a run. Yeah. as
He
that
does a
character.
run.
He doesn't run umbrella like as
Yeah.
that. Isn't that what it's called?
Is it?
Maybe not.
May now you're making me think it might be. I thought you were just saying like yeah, he does like a little run, like a physical
He said he
run.
does a run
I'm like, I
like
guess
of the
yeah, in Hades
show.
Town, that's kind of what he does.
He does kind of. I love the little walk he does as Orpheus.
Mhm.
He kind of like bends down during "Wait for Me" reprise.
Jordan Fisher has had a successful career, but it's been a weird career.
Love him.
Because like again, he's got this Disney Channel connection, but he's actually like barely on Disney Channel.
I know it's
But like
crazy.
Disney really was promoting him in a lot of different ways,
Yeah.
but also not.
No, he was like you said, like barely in Liv and Maddie, but he was like a main love interest, but not actually in that many episodes. And then he was like a background character on both Teen Beach movies. He gets to sing in this one,
Mhm.
but other than that, it's like, what is he doing here? He's such a good
And
talent.
like he's sang on the line, he sang in Turning Red. It's
Oh my
really
gosh, the
funny, you
Turning
know?
Red performance is
It's
incredible.
really funny to me. His career is at a very interesting spot.
Yeah,
And like
he's very
right
talented.
now, it's like it's clear he's a very successful Broadway
Yeah.
actor. He found a lane, but like 5, 10 years ago, his whole career is very confusing.
Yeah.
Playing another new role within here, Devin, is Raymond Cam Jr.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Brady's friend.
Yeah.
He was in a couple of Jesse and Shake It Up episodes as a dancer. Interesting because he's never in any of the musical numbers here. Maybe no, he is in one, the Turn Your Smile Upside Down. Never
Oh.
mind. He had a decent sized role in 2024's The Idea of You, that Anne
Oh.
Hathaway film.
Yeah.
Mostly recurring TV roles, but he's still getting good work to this day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good for you, dude.
And finally, playing the role of Spencer, the new love interest question mark for Mac.
Yeah,
And
not
they
really.
wanted to go so many angles within this film,
I know. It's like they're acting like he was a threat to their
but
relationship,
they never
but
actually show
he
it.
never actually was. Yeah.
Is Ross Butler. His the only a Disney connection for it was he was on Casey Undercover as a
Yeah.
recurring role.
Yeah. He was like a main role, wasn't he? Or maybe not. I've
Like a
only seen
main
clips of
recurring role, I
I've only
believe.
seen clips of Casey
He was
Undercover.
also a recurring role in Riverdale.
Okay.
He had a main role in 13 Reasons
He
Why.
he,
That's
wa-
probably what he's best known for.
he was one of the 13 reasons. I watched it. Yeah.
Yeah. You watched it the whole way through?
No, I watched the first couple seasons, and I mean, he's in like the first season.
He's
So.
also had pretty big roles in the Shazam and To All the Boys franchises.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So like he's pretty successful.
Yeah, good for you, dude. And in this movie, they're like, he's so cute, and he's cute. He is. But oh my god, this movie, they're just like, he's the cutest boy ever.
Fun facts. This film was filmed in Puerto Rico, just like the first.
I didn't know that. I'm
Yeah.
sure we talked about it in the
Yeah.
first one, but
The first one was the third film filmed in Puerto Rico for DCOMs.
what were the other ones?
Going off the top of my head, I know Wizards is one of them.
Oh, that makes sense.
I cannot remember the other one right now.
Okay, that's okay.
I could Google it, but why? I talked about it in the first movie. No, who's actually cares?
Yeah, I guess.
What am I doing this research for? Um, the one fact I found from IMDb that I did find interesting was that when Layla was trying on outfits, they talk all the time. This is a 1962 movie.
I don't know why they have to specify the exact year.
I don't either.
They're from 1962. This is a 1962 beach movie. Like, jeez.
Yeah, like I feel like saying 63 would even make more sense because Teen Beach 1 premiered in 2013, so then it would have been like a 50-year
Exactly 50
anniversary
years.
thing.
Yeah.
But no,
No.
no. One of the outfits that she tries on is the infamous Jackie Kennedy pink suit and pillbox hat that she wore on JFK's assassination.
Crazy.
Yeah, that didn't occur until 1963, of course. So this movie's just wrong.
Wrong.
Biggest plot hole of my fucking life. Uh, both Sabrina Carpenter and Ross Lynch's band R5 had songs in this movie that were just like being played
In the
in the
background. I'm
background.
pretty sure one of those songs too was also performed by Butchie's actor. I think. I did not fact check that, but from my memory of looking at the soundtrack, because I used to rank all the songs, and I house a Spotify playlist of every DCOM song, but I only like putting in the ones that are performed
Hmm.
pretty much. There are some exceptions, but yeah. I'm pretty sure the one that Tanner walks the hallway down to. Anyway,
Cool. The soundtrack to this movie peaked at number 10 on the Billboard 200.
too high.
And then try to find as much information. This is the end of the Teen Beach franchise.
It is.
There's shockingly little. I was looking at like news reports from 2015 when this movie was coming out. Very little discussion ever about there being a third movie
Which is
or
interesting
any thought.
because like every DCOM franchise gets a third one pretty much.
Well, first off, I was gonna say Camp Rock, but now Camp Rock is.
It is now.
But even if it wasn't gonna happen, you think there would be discussion about it, or someone like the director would be asked about it, or
Did
anything.
this just flop? I didn't think it did.
I don't think it flopped, but I know people were mixed on it with well. The reason that I could best find is Ross Lynch's contract with Disney ended like a couple weeks after this film premiered.
And he probably just didn't renew anything.
So he was like, I'm gonna get off Disney Channel.
Yeah. And they're like, we can
He
do
started
this
doing a lot
well.
more of his Netflix projects.
Yeah, that makes
So
sense.
I think that was just like, obviously, we're not doing it without Ross Lynch. It doesn't make sense, especially in any way, really within there.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, that's what I got for the factos. Although I do have a Disney Plus subscription if you want to hear
Hooray.
it. Months after Mac and Brady returned from a summer adventure that transported them into Brady's favorite 1960s beach party movie, Wet Side Story. Side note, really find it funny that that's a competitive category. 1960s beach party movie.
Yeah.
Uh, they receive a surprise real world visit from Layla, Tanner, and their other newfound surfer and biker buddies. Knowing firsthand that the real world and movie world don't mix, Mac, Brady, and all their Wet Side Story friends must quickly devise a plan to use the magical Layla's necklace to get everyone back into their movie world before it's too late.
This is fine, except, I mean, this is the problem I have with the whole movie. The timeline compared to the first movie, they're like, it's been months. Has it? Because it's the same summer. There's only 3 months in summer. So how long has it been, Disney Plus subscription, since the first movie? I don't think it's been months.
It's been like 2 weeks.
I think it's been a couple weeks max.
Yeah. Which, to be fair, the time shift was weird within the movie. It's hard to understand how much time they spent inside the movie because they explicitly made that
But like,
non-logical.
no, it was literally a day because Mac was supposed to be leaving for her new school. And she's like, I'm going to go surfing instead. And then they come back and it's still the same day. And they weren't even gone a day. She comes back and like no time has passed. And then she's like, I'm going to stay here next year for school because I want to be with Brady and surf. And so now what? It's probably been a couple weeks and she was leaving for school. Was she leaving to start school or like tour the school? Was she leaving in July?
Mhm.
And we don't know.
There, honestly, some of this may have been answered by the first movie. I think it was like a couple of weeks, but it doesn't matter all too much in the grand scheme. They're trying to hand wave it away because they want it to be shortly thereafter, and I'm fine. Long term, I'm fine with them hand waving a lot of that away.
Don't they say in the first movie, like, this has been the best summer
Yeah,
ever?
because it's near the end of the summer.
Because it's near the end of the summer, right?
Yeah.
I'm looking back at my notes. Oh, they say it's the best day ever in the beginning of the movie.
That might be what you're thinking.
Yeah, I guess they didn't say it was the best summer ever. Yeah, and then all I have in my notes is that Mac is leaving for a prep school back east. And Mac's like, but I can surf tomorrow. And the aunt was like, haha, no, summer's over. So it was the end of summer. I'm pretty confident in that.
Mhm.
Okay, anyway. Enough about Teen Beach 1 and stupid timeline. Guys, get ready for me to complain about this movie a lot.
Get ready to hear some ranting. Might
Yeah.
sound better at chipmunk speed.
Yeah, you ready to jump into the movie?
I am ready to jump into this movie.
That's a good one. I don't think we've used that one.
I was prepared this time.
Nice. All right, so we open on a beach at sunset. Teen Beach 2, guys. Is it weird that it doesn't? I guess there's no the in the
Yeah.
first one. The Teen Beach movie.
No,
It
no,
doesn't
no.
make
I
sense.
mean, the weird part within here that we should talk about because it's kind of wild we haven't talked
It's
about
not
it.
Teen Beach Movie 2.
Yeah. Which, to be fair, Teen Beach 2 certainly rolls off the tongue better. If
Yeah.
everyone would have just called this Teen Beach 2,
I think people call Teen Beach Movie Teen
Teen
Beach
Beach.
anyway. For
But it
sure.
is kind of weird that they didn't just go Teen Beach Movie 2.
I don't know. It's like The Incredibles and Incredibles 2.
But way weirder, That's
Yeah.
you're dropping one of your keywords versus dropping an article.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
Yeah. Okay. So Brady blindfolds Mac for a surprise and he's like, can you guess where we are? And she says, no. And he's like, oh. What? She's blindfolded. She's like, unless we're at the Dolphin Cove where we met exactly 3 months ago today to the minute. And that because they met 3 months ago because the end of summer. I think it's been like a week since the first movie.
yeah.
And he says, it's been the most bodacious summer of my life.
Yeah, he really drops bodacious right here.
Yeah. They explicitly say, like, except maybe the part where we got trapped inside a movie. So it is explicitly the same summer.
Yep. Oh, it wouldn't make sense otherwise.
And okay, they never explicitly say in the first movie how long they've known each other. But I got the vibe that
I
they
am.
had been together for like a year
I
at
don't think this
least.
is as much of a retcon because they really talked about really developing their friendship during the summer in the first movie.
Did they? I
I'm
don't think.
pretty
I
sure.
just think they didn't mention it. I think they explicitly didn't say how long they knew each other. That like explicitly.
The real life world parts of Teen Beach 1 are by far its weakest aspects,
Oh yeah,
and that's why we don't remember it as well. But I
yeah.
do think they mention within there not knowing each other too well before this summer.
I don't think they do because I always had the impression that like she moved to. I'm assuming this is in California. She moved to California with her grandpa to spend like the first half of high school there, and then was going to go to a prep school for the second half of high school. And so I had the impression that they known each other like both years, but they never explicitly say it. So it's not a plot hole. It's not complete retconning. But to me, vibe-wise, it feels like it is.
I
Because here's what they do in this movie. They say explicitly, "We met 3 months ago, and this is exactly how we met." And they go through it, and he's like, "I was on my tablet watching Wet Side Story." And Mac's like, "Who's that surfer dude with the shiny hair?" And Brady's like, "Wanna watch the awesomest movie ever made?" And Mac's like, "I think that's a real word, and even if it was, that movie's not it." And Brady's like, "Well, if you don't like it, I'll buy you a mango smoothie." And she's like, "I do love mangoes, so you win either way." And they tell us word for word how they met so that they can have this weird twist payoff at the end of the movie. How about flashback?
Yeah.
And show us how they
The
met.
concept of it all is kind of cute.
I think it's stupid that they met because of him watching Wet Side Story. Because in the first one,
What's that?
she's like, "Grandpa, why are you watching that movie? What is that?" And Brady's like, "You don't know this movie? It's incredible."
Because exposition.
That's retconning.
Yeah.
That explicitly is retconning. Because also, the whole summer she's like, "I don't like that movie. I don't like musicals." And now it's like, "But we met because of this musical." Did you?
Yeah, that does feel like retconning within there.
Yeah.
What I will say is I do think it would be better if this was filmed as a flashback and it even just had text saying 3 months ago or start of summer.
Yeah. Or why didn't they just put a year in between the movies? Now it's next summer.
Because I do think in the first movie she's a senior.
I don't think she's a senior. I think she's a junior.
Do we need to pull up Teen Beach 1 and watch?
Let's watch it right
All
now.
right, we're gonna watch Teen Beach movie. See you back in an hour and a half.
I don't have it in my note. I have my old Teen Beach notes. She's like, "I'm lucky to be in the school. My mom died. I made a deal with my aunt to start high school here with my gramps, then go to the fancy school later." And I didn't write explicitly if she said a year. And Brady's like, "Don't leave."
'Cause this whole movie they feel like seniors within here, and the first movie I completely believe them being seniors.
Yeah. I don't think they're seniors. I think they're juniors.
Yeah.
We disagree on that, I guess. Okay, anyway. So they recounted how they met, and then Brady like decorated the beach all cute to like watch the movie, and there's lights and stuff. And she's like, "You did this for me?" And Brady's like, "It's from China for you," which is kind of a random thing to say, but sure. And they,
He's like, I care about you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. And then he puts the movie on the projector. And apparently this is the end of the movie because it's really giving final number song. They're saying goodbye and that it was the best summer
It's something
ever.
we talk about in the Teen Beach One movie. Beach One, we don't really like its ending song within here. This would have been an incredible ending to Teen Beach One
Well, like my point though is why is he putting on the end of the movie?
because it's the end of summer and the song's called Best Summer Ever.
True.
So it actually is fitting. I had that exact thing, and then I thought to myself, no, he would do this.
He would
He
just
would
play.
do
You
this.
know what? Then they go surfing after,
Yeah,
so they're not gonna watch the whole thing.
no.
But
As
yeah,
much as he wants to.
I
Brady only cares about three things: Mac, Wet Side Story, and surfing.
yes.
Also, very briefly, making music, but like that gets dropped out of the song. So
That's just a random little tidbit of the movie. Um, so they're watching the musical number, and it's the song "Best Summer Ever." It's been the best summer ever. Bam-ba-doom,
the
shoop-a-doom.
song, all the songs are still serviceable in this film. There is issues with them in universe,
Yeah,
but like Teen Beach One's music honestly isn't anything that special.
but it
It's
is
just
a big step up from Teen Beach 2 music, in my opinion.
mhm. Well, the problem is way more in context versus out of context system. Teen Beach One was very limited in its sound font and what it could do.
Like they put the genre and they kept it, within this one movie, and it works for that one movie.
Yes,
And when you
it
carry it
all
into
feels
the
like
next
songs
movie,
that can fit into Wet Side Story, which is hard and difficult.
yeah,
So all the songs feeling like they do in Teen Beach Two just feels less interesting because they could do so much more.
I think they ran out. Like now you're doing it again, and the songs are more generic, more tired, and you're putting them in a real world context.
There is an exception, we'll get to that,
Yeah, and it's not every single song, but it's like,
but I do think the music in general in this movie is serviceable. Best Summer Ever feels exactly like you stole from the first movie. For
yeah,
as good or bad as it was, everything in this like first 30 seconds within or like the real opening act of this movie works as expected, you know?
hmm,
I don't really have problems with that. You have the problems with the retconning, but yeah.
yeah, whatever. But they do a bunch of like fun beach choreo. It's fine. Um, the bikers and the surfers are getting along now because it's like the end of the movie. And for the last chorus, Mac and Brady, well, they do the choreography in front of the projector. This was fantastic. This is how I wish the first movie ended.
It wait makes so much sense as a first movie ender.
Because one of my biggest gripes with the first movie is, I mean, anything out of the context of West Side Story is just like a little bit weaker. But their final number is just Mac and Brady dancing in front of a bunch of background dancers. We don't know who these people are because they're back in the real world. You can't have the movie characters.
Yeah, a dance party ending doesn't work like that.
Yeah. But if they had been in front of the
If they
projector,
had this idea to begin with, we would have been like, that's a great ending.
it would have been fantastic. And you know what? They do it twice in this movie, so I guess they made up for it. But it's a cute ending, and
Yeah.
then they run off into the ocean, and everyone says goodbye, sayonara, hasta lasagna, hasta luego. They love doing little roll call things. They also do this multiple
Yeah.
times in this
It's
movie.
just hairspray.
Yeah. So they go night surfing. And so they're in the water and they're like, shame summer has to end. And they're like, yeah, tomorrow's the first day of school. Mac's like, I'm so busy. And Brady's like, I'm not that busy. And Mac's like,
Where he's like, yo. So Mac's whole character arc in the first film was
be
not
more chill.
being more chill, learning to like live life, take the waves, and open herself up to not having this. And that's like a big emotional arc.
Yeah.
I've talked about it before, I believe. At least talked about it to Kelsey, maybe not on the podcast, but uh Mac's the only one that really has a character arc at all in the first movie. And that's
Yeah.
totally fine.
No,
This is
it's
much
fine.
more about, hey, look at this wacky situation that's gonna be fun to
Yeah,
experience.
but like Brady doesn't really do anything. And then the characters in the movie are just characters in the movie.
Yeah.
So
So it's kind of weird that the one character that you do have plot development for, you're basically reverting all of it.
one of my biggest gripes with this whole movie is none of the characters feel the same. Mac especially, and it's because of doing this to like their main character. Her whole arc in the first one was like, I want to stay here. I want to surf. I want to be with Brady. she never felt like a huge brainiac in the first one. She was, like, a little bit more of a
It looks
stick
like
in the
what she was kind
mud.
of being fighting a bit against, you know?
Yeah, like, her reasoning for going to the prep school in the first one is because her mom wanted her to.
Yeah.
Like, go to college and have this opportunity. She's like, "I'm so lucky to get in this school," whatever. She never gave the vibe of like, "No, I love learning so much. I'm doing all these academics, blah, blah, blah." Like, she never gave off that vibe. Again, it's not an explicit retcon because they never said she didn't do that, but it just doesn't feel like the
It
same
feels like
girl.
new characters.
It does. And they made Brady goofier.
They make Brady dumber and more singular, narrow-minded focused.
Yeah. Which in the first one, he's just like, "Oh, it's my favorite movie," you
Yeah.
know? But yeah. Anyway.
Again, it's kind of hard because like in the first movie they were way more allowed to be just canvases for the plot to happen to.
Yes, because
It's
the
a
whole
much harder writing job within here, and I don't think these characters were up to the task.
no, because in the first movie, they were so focused on how do we get out of this beach movie. In this one, they're like, what do our real lives look like?
Yeah. When you take a world that's allowed to be all in fantasy and then you have to ground it into the real world, the writing has to get a lot more realistic.
Hmm.
And they needed this film to just still be absurd.
Yeah.
They needed it to be fantastical, whimsical, and that's the way this could have worked. The best case scenario for this movie is just the movie people come into the real world and kooky things happen.
And
And they're
like,
like
and
starting
it's,
to enslave humanity into a giant musical.
yeah, I would like it if it was like by accident, I
And
think.
maybe some people find out, like, wait a second, this person really looks like they're from a movie I know.
Yeah. And they're like struggling to get them back
Yeah.
instead of the movie characters being like, I don't want to go back.
Even that, there's intrigue within that.
Yeah.
There is. But the way they go about it is wrong. We'll
Yeah.
get into that. We need to get further into the
Yeah.
plot.
So Brady goes, Mac, do you think things will be different for us at school? And Matt goes, well, we were at school all last year together. And Brady's like, yeah, we never met each other. We only know each other in the summer. And she goes, Brady, it's us. We'll be fine. And okay, 24 hours, they are not fine. We'll talk about that when it happens. But then Mac realizes that she lost the Layla necklace in the
Like, that's the
ocean.
one thing I've got from Wet Side
It's
Story.
gone. And Brady's like, should we look? And she goes, no, there's no point. It was in the
It's in
ocean.
the ocean. It's gone.
It's gone. So then we see the necklace in the ocean and it glows and it has the same flower as the surfboard.
It's
Was that
Surfboard
first
of
one?
Destiny.
Was it always the same flower?
Yeah.
Okay. That I mean it makes no sense.
Yeah.
Okay. So now school day is starting. All the kids are heading into school. One kid skates in and sees Brady. His name is Devin. And Brady goes, let's do it, man. Yo.
Yeah, they'd really amp up the surfer bra language
Yeah,
for Brady.
they do.
And I'm like, I don't remember that being the first one, but they didn't really have the chance to show off all of that aspect.
Yeah, and they do this, like, super long secret handshake, which is pretty cute, and, he's like, "Dude, how was Indonesia?" And he's like, "Oh, yeah, it was awesome. I, like, surfed in Indonesia."
This guy, Devin, he always ends his sentences with a Spanish word, which makes it really funny to me that he went to Indonesia
Why
out of all
why
places.
didn't he go to a Spanish-speaking country?
I don't know.
Like
Even if it isn't that, like, Indonesia's kind of a wild pull.
Mhm. Yeah. And so he's like, "How was your summer, Brady?" And Brady goes, "What a girl." He's like, "Whoa, you trapped a honey? Is she one of us, like, laid back?" And he's like, "Yeah, she's laid back, when she sleeps probably sometimes." And he's like, "She serves?" He's like, "Yeah, yeah, she serves." But he's, like, acting like, "Oh, but she's not, like, one of us, really."
They're trying to retcon this into a High School Musical.
They are. It's weird.
It's weird. They're like, that's really what this is.
Yeah. So then at school, Mac in the hallway is passing out flyers for a Save the Beach dance that's happening this weekend. Mind you, this is the first day of school, and she's already doing this. And she sees her friend, who's this like mega nerd, and did like science camp and student government. I don't know, all this stuff over the summer. Her name's Alyssa. And she's like, "Oh, Mac, I'm so happy you didn't go to that prep school." And Mac's like, "Me too, but I made a deal with myself. If I'm staying this year, I'm going to do stuff that matters to me." So I started an oceanography club in the summer, apparently. And she's like, so we're putting on the Save the Beach dance this weekend.
I really feel they retconned, or sorry, not retconned, rewrote this script somewhere in the process to make it the first day of school.
I think it's just because they wanted it to end with they wanted to start with the end of summer,
Yeah,
which is fine, I guess. But like, it's so weird. It's the first week of school, and so much is
because
happening.
so much about this plot doesn't really make sense
Yeah,
if it's the first day of school. You just have to hand wave it away.
why can't it be like the end of the school year and the start of summer? I don't know. Like the timeline of the two movies is crazy. Um, okay, so Alyssa mentions that she hung out with Spencer Watkins and student government. Oh my god, he's like the cutest boy in school. And then Brady comes in and says hi, and Mac's like, "Oh, you're wearing flip flops to school," and he's like, "Yeah, but they're my fancy
The
flip flops."
fancy flip flops. Oh my god, they're so different, y'all. How are they
And
gonna survive?
and he's like, "This is my bro Devin," and Devin's like, "She doesn't have books," and Alyssa's like, "And he doesn't have any books at all." And they're like, "Yeah, this is my girlfriend. This is my boyfriend." And they're like, "Oh, this is your boyfriend
They're
and
both,
girlfriend."
without saying it, they're being outwardly supportive, but they're both obviously like, oh my god, him,
Her.
her.
They're so different from you.
What can I say? Opposites attract.
Yeah. And then Brady's like, so I'll see you later, right? Like at break. And she's like, no, I have calculus study group. And he's like, lunch. And she's like, I have um French study group or whatever. And then after school, and she's like, no, I got oceanography club dance subcommittee meeting. And she has all of three of these things on the first day of school. You already have French and calculus study group on the first day of school,
AP classes are wild.
and oceanography club dance subcommittee meeting for
For the
the
club
day.
you just made and the dance that you just initiated.
Yeah, unless this
Go,
was
you
happening in the
go, girl.
summer.
Power to the people.
That's fucking crazy. And the bell rings. She's like, "Well, I'll see you in third period in marine biology."
Every person in this school is in third period marine biology, which is actually a chemistry class.
Yes. And Devin's like, "She's nice. I mean, she went to right to class when the bell rang. That's different, but to each their own." Devin's always like nice and has a good attitude. He's just like, that's a little. She's a little different from us.
Crazy.
Crazy. Also, that last scene where Devin and Brady are talking is clearly green screen, which is weird.
It's the only one that's like a bad green screen within there, and I guess is the set that they had didn't have a good angle, but they wanted to show the scenery in the background, like set it up.
And my
It's not that bad, but
my
it's obvious.
my theory is that they just added that scene way later when they were out of Puerto Rico.
It's
But
completely possible as
yeah.
well.
Alright.
Sometimes, yeah, you realize something needs to be there to work.
Yeah. So now we're in marine biology, apparently, but it's actually just chemistry because nothing about what they're doing is marine biology.
They are just doing the classic. It's a science class, so I'm going to make a chemical reaction that explodes into goop.
On the first day of school, and no teacher is there
No teacher, no
ever.
syllabus, no nothing.
Nothing. And yeah, apparently in this school, you're just free to do whatever you want with
The
chemicals.
only adult in this entire film is the one scene we get
With
of
the mom.
Brady's mom,
You're so right.
which is actually insane.
I mean, the only adult in the first, there's two adults in the first one, and it's her grandpa and her aunt.
No. We also have the villains of the movie world.
Oh shit, you're right, the villain.
They're both adults.
Well, they're evil.
But like the grandpa in the first film shows up a lot
He's not
in
in this one
every
at all.
real world. No, they're probably like, we don't need him back.
No, they
We need one scene of Brady's mom, but
apparently.
we'll get to that.
Um. Okay, yeah. So Brady's like sketching surfboard designs, but he hides it from Max. She's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Nothing." Why is he hiding this from me?
Okay, so we should maybe keep a list of all the different active long form plots that are going on. We've got the dance.
Yeah,
We've got the necklace.
the necklace was lost.
Yeah. Which to be fair, that's more of a MacGuffin leading to plot of other things more
Yeah,
than an
we
active.
have Brady hiding
Brady hiding
surfboard.
surfboards.
We have the friend, like we met new friends. I guess it's not really a plot. They're just
Yeah.
new characters. We have Alyssa talking about cute boy Spencer.
Yeah. Because all of these go into different things, and every scene focuses on like one plot point and not the others.
Yeah. So Spencer comes in and he talks smack. He's like, "Hey, I heard about your new oceanography club, and that's really cool." And she's like, "Yeah." And Brady is trying to interject a little bit. He's like, "I'm also the head of a club. It's Surf Club, where you hang out and surf." And the whole vibe is just awkward. Um, And then cut to Mac and Alyssa nerding out about over their science stuff. They're like, and then we're gonna dilute the solvent, blah blah blah. And also Spencer's there, and he's like, yeah, that's cool. And meanwhile, Brady and Devin just don't know what they're doing with their science stuff. And Brady watches Mac and Spencer, and he's like, hmm. And then Devin puts some chemical in another chemical, and it spills over and makes a bunch of foam.
Oh my, what a chemistry class. What a biology in the marine world class.
What a good unsupervised chemical reaction that's happening right now.
Mm-hmm.
Later, Brady tries to catch Mac after school, and he's like, let's go surfing. And she's like, no, I have to go to my fucking dance committee. Like, I told you earlier.
Oh my god, dude. And he's like, oh, but I like surfing.
He's like, oh yeah, by the way, I had an idea for the dance. What if it was 60s Wet Side Story theme? And we could do it at the beach, and people could dress up, and we could project it on an old projector, because this is the only thing he cares about.
You know, again, he only cares about 3 things.
Yeah. And Mac's like, that would be cool, but there's just no time to plan that. As much as I love West Side Story, we're the only ones under 50 who've ever even heard of it. Yeah. So,
which I think is a slight little exposition dump, actually done pretty naturally.
It is.
To be like, why no one's like, hey, that looks like the character from this movie.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And Brady's like, oh yeah, you're probably right. And then Mac's like, oh, by the way, the college fair is later. This is the first mention we've heard of the college fair. But she's like, you're coming with me, right? It's the first day of school. It's the first day of school, and there's a college fair later.
This doesn't read as first day of school in anything that is happening. Way. But I think they just had the idea for the song near the end of the script writing process.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, wait a second. We can't open with... Would it be On My Own?
Yeah, that's the second song. No, they needed an opening song.
Yeah. They're probably always like, we'll get one later. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the opening song in Teen Beach Movie is pretty much Surf Surf Crazy.
Yeah. But that works better as an opening song.
Yeah, it does. Anyway. She's like, yeah, the college fair is later. You're coming with me, right? It's important. It's college. It's our future. And apparently at some point he promised to go to this college fair, and he's like, yeah, I'll be there. And she's like, I also got to check out this amazing oceanography program, because we know that's one of my hobbies now, because I started a club. And he's like, yeah, I'll be there. And she says, in actual shoes? And he's like, yeah.
Oh my god, what a controlling freak. You should dump her.
So then Brady heads home, and he has this little, like, surf shack.
Yeah, his house is just like a hut.
He says it's his workshop and hangout space. So it's not his actual house. And he goes online and fills out college application.
Very funny homepage. You don't know what college. It just is in one font college and in the other font application. College and it's a static screen, but he's like typing and scrolling on the computer. Nothing changes.
Yeah. And he's trying to answer the questions. He's like, I don't have any good qualities. So he turns it off.
This is the exact scenes that we're about to see, all right? He goes, man, I don't do anything special or cool, not like Mac does. I'm a failure. Goes and turns and starts working on his incredibly impressive surfboard designs and technical skills.
Yeah, what the fuck? Like, dude.
I understand. Like, honestly, it's not a bad lesson to teach your kids. Like, hey, these skills are valuable even if you might not think they are.
Yeah.
But I feel like 2015 people knew this, if you were a senior, that this would look good on a college resume.
Yeah, and his arc in the whole movie is like, hey, have some confidence and believe in yourself. This is the only arc in the movie that I think was done okay.
Yeah.
Like, and that still feels true enough to the original movie character, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Brady isn't my issue with the movie, actually.
I have much less of an issue with Tanner than you do, but we'll talk about that when he's actually in this movie. He's at least the next most fine.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's the girls that really are
the girls. Issues. I just feel like, who are these girls? I don't know these girls.
These aren't the girls we talked about. They really just conflated literally one scene right before the what girls like song.
They made that a way bigger deal.
They made that the entire plot arcs for both of them.
Yeah. Which that was just like a small part of the first movie of like, in the 60s they were a little bit sexist and things were just different then. And I know what boys like, blah, blah, blah. Fun little song. But that's not the point of the movie.
That's also not where we're at this moment.
No.
So his mom comes in. This is the one scene with an adult in it.
You're just so mad at me that I didn't tell you Billy the mom.
Well, I think now I'm more just wildly amazed that this is the only scene in the entire... No. I was wrong. the college fair scene, there's like one adult
You're
college
right.
person.
You're right. There's like a college recruiter,
Yep. Okay. There's two scenes with an adult in
two
it.
adults.
Maybe more if you count like extras, but we should.
Yeah. So she's like, "How's the surfboard going?" He's like, "It's going." And then she sees that he still has college application on his computer. So she's like, "How's that going?" He goes, "It's going. I opened it and stared at it."
That's progress.
And she's like, "Don't stress too much about it.
It's the first day of school. You're
It's a
fine.
first day of school." And Brady's like, "Everyone just seems to know what they want to do. Like Mac. I don't even know what I want for dinner." And mom's like, "So things were rough for you two back at school today?" And he's like, "No. Okay, maybe,
Can
yeah."
you tell an adult wrote this script? Because what kid is ever like, I don't know what I want for dinner? That's such an adult issue.
I don't
That's
think
such a
that's what
memed
it is.
about thing in like our adult ages.
Yeah, where it's like, "I don't know what I'm gonna make for dinner."
No one
Kids,
told me I had to decide what to have for dinner for the rest of my life.
it's a decision you have to make every day, and
Which
it's
is,
kind of annoying.
yeah,
Um, and then mom's like, "I'm sure things will work out." So then, okay, by the way, Brady has Wet Side Story like playing on the little tiny TV in his shack. Totally makes sense that he has this on in the back.
basically, it's his comfort movie. He always has it on at all moments, all times of the day,
This is the
running on
one.
repeat.
This is the one time I'm like, that makes sense. He would play it on like while he's working, just to have it on in the background. Later, he has it on, and I will point it out, and it's weird, but yeah, like it's a musical. You can have it on the background.
Realistically, it's a way for them to transition into the movie world
It makes
that
sense.
makes
Like,
some more
see,
sense
it's
within here.
seamlessly because then it just pans over to the TV with Wet Side Story playing, and then cuts into the movie universe. So Tanner is like, "Oh, we're gonna go storm the weather machine. Are you ready?" And he's like, "My middle name is Ready." And they're like, "I thought it was Lewis." He's like, "Yeah, maybe, but it's also Ready." It's like, "When I was born ready." And then Layla's like, "Don't go, Tanner. It's too dangerous." And he's like, "Well, danger is also my middle name." And
He's like, that's a lot of middle
it's a lot.
names.
Yeah, that was silly. Like that's the kind of silly humor that was in the first
There's no
movie.
issues I have basically at all in the movie world. They do that
Because
fine. We get like five total scenes
and it's
within
like
here.
supposed to be silly. And that
It
was the
it
point.
fits the vibe of the first movie. So it's like
Yeah.
they still have that magic.
And Layla's like, "Oh, wait, right here for you." Or, "Wait a minute, why don't I just go along?" And like record scratch, everyone's like, "What? But girls don't do that."
We don't know at all, and the movie's incredibly unclear about this through the whole time. If this is a real change that's happening in the movie, if this is the characters in the world, the lore and logic of what's actually going on with this, is this being shown on TV? Can anyone watch it? None of that is there. And I'm okay not having it fully explained, but with the stakes that get raised later on with people disappearing and getting Marty McFly out of the world, it starts to be like, we need to know what's going on.
The lore is very confusing of how these two worlds interact with each other, and like the changes they make in the movie do affect the real world apparently.
Mhm.
Like it's weird. It's weird and it doesn't make sense. Like in the first movie, you can just hand wave away it that they just went to some alternate dimension and then came back and it's fine. But now in the second movie, they're like, no, this second dimension still exists and interacts somehow with the real world. They are in this magical movie world where they're constantly just living out the same scenes in the movie. We don't know, like, at one point do their memories wipe and they're redoing the movie
But
again.
their memories can't fully wipe because they remember who
Mac and
Mac and
Brady
Brady
are.
are.
It's weird. It doesn't make sense. Like, this is maybe this movie just never should have had a sequel because diving into this deeper doesn't work.
But what they could have done is not make. They could have just had the characters show up, remember who they are, and we're like, yeah, we were going through the like blah blah blah, but now we got transported here. And just say that. I would way rather accept that than have to try and accept all the stakes that they're
Yeah.
raising.
Especially like
This movie changing, and especially the twist, which we
we're
haven't
not
spoiled
talking
the twist within there.
we're not gonna talk about
We're
it.
not going to talk the twist until it happens. But like, I don't even fucking hate the twist. There's intrigue and interest that they could have done with it. It's everything else
Yeah.
around the movie that just makes it worse.
Exactly. No, exactly. And, like, I don't know, they could have just said, like, "Somehow they're magically here." Like,
Like they did in the
they
teaser.
teased the sequel in the first movie where they had the movie characters come out, and I think it would have been just kind of funny. It's like, "We just followed you guys.
Yeah.
Now we're here." And it's like a day
And
later.
like there's so many routes you can go with that of them just showing up rather than them having kind of like the moral choice to do so.
Yeah. It's this movie annoys me. Okay, so everyone's appalled. Okay, we haven't even talked about this yet. So she's like, "I'll come with you." And everyone's like, "Girls can't do that. This isn't what the movie was like in the first
No.
at least okay, and you could make the argument that the fact that Mac and Brady were there, it changed the plot of the movie. We know it changed the plot of the
Yeah.
movie because they interrupted the movie. But you're telling me that Wet Side Story had a whole plot point of like the girls are gonna wait behind as the boys storm the weather
It's
machine.
also a thing in the first movie that the power of the movie would get the plot on track no matter what.
Like in the first Teen Beach movie in Wet Side Story, Mac and Brady are kidnapped at the weather machine, and everybody goes to save them and storm the weather machine and save Big Mamas.
Hmm.
Like boys and girls. And it's this whole action scene of them defeating the villains. That makes sense and feels like that did happen in the original Wet Side Story. But now they're saying no, it was only the men that went and stormed the weather machine.
Because they want to retroactively make this a feminist anthem movie.
They want to pretend
I'm
like it was extremely sexist originally, and I don't buy it.
I don't buy it either. Number one, West Side Story, which is what this is clearly based off of,
Mhm.
really isn't a sexist
No,
movie.
it's not. At
Like
least I don't think so. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think so.
like at a minimum for its time, it was clearly fine.
Yeah.
And everything I feel like needs to be judged in a lot of ways within its time period within here. This is such a 2015 movie.
Yeah.
This was the peak. A lot of the films that we've been talking about lately have been all about do they do feminism well or bad? Not.
Yeah, something about like 2014 to 2016, 2017, whatever, that they're like, girl power. And it's just like, is
I
it?
said this to Kelsey when we were watching it. Feminism killed the woke killed the Teen Beach franchise.
And I'm like, I hate that you're right. I hate that this
And
movie's
the
so
second thing is
woke.
this is why Hillary lost.
Ridiculous.
And like, I'm not even that much joking with this. You know?
Yeah. Sometimes you girl boss too close to the sun. They're like, girls can't do that. And Layla's like, right, I'm sorry, I don't know what happened to me. You're right, of course, bye. Um, and then Layla gets back to normal script and sends the boys off, but then she also kind of looks off in the distance, like, whoa. Okay, and back in the real world, Mac is outside the college fair waiting for Brady. Also, it's raining. But he's not there. And Brady's back in his like shed and he realizes he remembers, like, oh my god, no, I'm late. So he rushes to put on a good outfit and get to the fair. But he ends up just wearing like a Hawaiian shirt. At least he's not wearing flip flops. And then Brady bikes in the rain to get to the fair, but he sees Mac talking with a representative for the oceanography program, and also Spencer is there. And he stands in the rain so dramatically.
He's so sad and dramatic in the rain.
You can
Side note,
tell
you can tell this rain is only happening in like a 2 yard square.
it's on him. They literally just have a hose on him
Yeah.
in the rain because the
There's a
puddle's
puddle
on him.
behind him that has no ripples happening.
No rain is happening in that puddle. It's pretty funny.
He's
And
like,
he was
I'm sorry, Mac. No, he doesn't.
he says, Mac, what's going on? And she's like, Brady, it's already over. Where were you? And Spencer's like, I'm gonna
let y'all deal with this one.
Spencer, they're acting like Spencer's putting a wedge between them. He's literally done nothing.
I think this movie, at some point, maybe was pitched as a TV show or like an extended miniseries because there's all these like character development opportunities, options for like actual things to happen, and they don't do it. They really speed it all up together. Kind of like, Moana 2. How that was like
Yeah.
clearly paced
As
incorrectly
a bunch
because
of
it was meant
episodes.
as a TV show.
Yeah, you can tell in Will watching Moana 2. This isn't a Moana 2 podcast, but we can talk about it
It is
briefly.
now.
It is now. where it's like, oh, this is where episode 1 would have ended. This is where episode 2 would have ended because it was originally a bunch of episodes, but now it's a movie, and it's like, yeah, maybe they were gonna have all these plot points, a love triangle, blah blah blah, but they're like, it's a movie, and we're gonna underdevelop every single plot line.
Which yeah, it would be kind of wild to make a sequel series to your
They
like
would do it
movie.
now with Disney Plus, but this was before Disney
Yeah,
Plus. Right, yeah. Anyway, um, okay, so it cuts, right? And it cuts to them just walking literally outside the same building they were in, except now it's not raining. So, like, what has it been 30 seconds? And they're walking together and it's not raining anymore. It's like horribly done. Just go away from the building. Like,
I don't know. They must have been rushed on this day of shooting, and then like we gotta use the shots we have.
put a hose on them.
They use CGI water later on when with the new people. Why didn't they use that to make the rest of it
I
look
don't know.
like it was?
It has to be actually wet. But also, they just really love the idea of him dramatically standing in the rain.
They love the trope. It's clearly a sunny day out. It's honestly just so fucking funny.
So
Like
dumb.
the visuals of this one is so good.
So dumb. Brady's like, you could have shot me a text. And Max says, I did. Check your phone. But he doesn't have it on him. And Max says, is it too much to ask for you to take one thing seriously? And Brady goes, at least I take us seriously. And Max like, what? Take us seriously? You were 45 minutes late.
Yeah,
What are you
yeah. What are you
doing?
talking about, Brady?
Yeah.
And Brady's like, I didn't forget. I caught up doing something, but I'm not going to tell you, T,
Yeah. And Max,
because there's not a good reason.
like, I was doing something. And Matt goes, Brady, we used to tell each other everything. What is happening to us? I love that. And they used to put that in the trailers. I'm like, what is happening to us? And it's like, it's been less than 24 hours since she said,
It's us.
it's us, we'll be fine. And now
It's
they're
also been
literally
3 months since they've met.
They are crumbling
When were they
so
telling each other
fast.
everything? I feel like
I don't know.
I feel like in the first movie she was hiding the fact that she was going to move away.
Everything you kept a secret from me like 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, you were gonna
We
leave for
used to
grad
tell each
school.
other everything.
What is happening with us?
This is a disaster couple.
They're like one of the worst DCOM couples.
They are.
They are.
And to be fair, in the first movie, I didn't really care if I believed them as a couple or not. There really wasn't a
Fair.
point at all.
They could have been just friends in the first one, and
Yeah.
it's literally the same movie. Except them singing meant to be
And
romantically at each other.
realistically, them being friends makes a lot more sense to me than them
Than them being
being
romantic.
romantically.
They never even kiss.
Hey, a kiss on the cheek.
They're supposed to kiss in the sequel. That's
In the
the
first
DCOM rule.
movie, I believe they did kiss, but it was a cut scene.
Really?
Yeah.
But I can't believe that they had to add the dialogue of, do you think things are gonna be the same? And she goes, yes. And then 12 hours, no, more than that. Like under
18 hours.
18 hours later, they break up. And they crumble so fast. It's crazy.
This movie moves at a breakneck pace, but again, only one plot point gets moved at a time.
And there's like 5
And
different
also,
things happening.
the songs aren't doing the moving.
No, that's something I'll talk about later, where it's just like the songs are not doing this movie justice. But anyway, he said, "What's happening to us?" And Brady says, "You tell me. It seems like school you wants nothing to do with me." And Max says, "This is coming from the school you that keeps secrets and flakes out on me."
Fuck these two.
He just like has a secret randomly today.
Again, don't let this move our talking here make you think that the first movie is any worse, because the first movie is a great movie.
It's so good.
Like, these characters fucking blow.
They blow down. They totally changed them in this movie. I swear.
I'm not even necessarily sure they changed them. I don't think I like how they developed them. They made them more dimensional, and the dimensions they added don't fit with my mental conception of what they were in the first movie.
Yeah. And he goes, maybe we just don't work at school. And she goes, maybe we don't. He goes, awesome. Awesome. See you next summer. When apparently the next time you're free. And she goes, fine by me.
Just awesome. So Brady storms off, and then we start getting some music playing, and we see someone pull out a guitar.
And while he also has a guitar, he has a kazoo in his mouth.
Yeah, you can kazoo and guitar at the same.
We're like, wow, I guess Brady the whole time has been an avid kazoo player.
Yeah, we said he only interested in 3 things. Well, there was a fourth,
secret fourth
and it
thing.
was kazoo.
Thank you.
Fun fact: this was an original kazoo composition made by Ross Lynch.
So Brady is very depressing, and he's like, I gotta whip out my kazoo and my guitar. It almost feels like it was just a dream. All these memories of you and me, lemon in the summer breeze. He goes, I'm on my own. Bum, bum. The little drums. This is a good song. And
This is the best song in the Teen Beach franchise.
okay, you're saying that because you just don't like the beach movie style. What
No,
you
no,
were
no.
bruising?
I don't dislike the music within there. It fits within a constant style within here. I do think this one is able to express into. It's the only one in a different genre, subclass, sound font at all in the
Mm-hmm.
franchise.
Mm-hmm.
So it does stand out in that way. But I think this is genuinely a good song.
It is a good song. This song is written by Ross Lynch, like
Yeah,
actually. He wrote this song for this movie and he did a good job. And he performs it and it's great.
yeah, it,
It's
yeah.
just like a little weird that we're like, oh, apparently Brady like can play guitar and produce own music, but it's not like unbelievable.
No,
We know
it
he
is.
loves a musical.
It is believable.
It is
I honestly
believable.
wish they would lean more into it.
But yeah, this is literally the only time. Like he plays guitar in Cruising for a Bruise.
And we never see, yeah, we never see a guitar again or his music
No,
software.
he has like a whole setup, and he just like this is the only time we get to see it.
He doesn't have any talents that any college would care about.
Yeah, it's not like he plays music and makes surfboards and is kind of an engineer, but whatever. And I wrote I can't get over how all of this happened in one day. And by the way, while he's singing this, Mac is like sitting on a lifeguard post, looking out at the ocean, all sad. So whatever. Back to Wet Side Story. Okay. So Wet Side Story, it cuts over to his little TV as the song
I like the
ends.
song ending.
Why is he playing the movie out loud with audio as he's recording the
Because
song?
realistically, he's not playing it. It's just a transition device.
I know, but like this was the
They're
thing
like,
I
hey,
wanted to
let's
talk
go
about.
into the fake world. We need to show that's happening.
I know that's the movie reason why I'm
They,
talking about in universe. Why does he have the movie played as he's recording a
yeah,
song?
because it's stupid. Because it's
Um,
his comfort movie and he just had a breakup. Don't judge him. It's probably on mute.
I think this movie would remind him of Mac.
Why? Because he was trapped in the world with her?
And yes, and this it's the whole reason they met, which they're telling you in this movie alone, this is why they met. Okay, so back into Wet Side Story. It's the fallen for you scene, and Layla falls, but then she interrupts the scene. She's like, I can't do this. I can't do it anymore. And she leaves, and everyone's just like flabbergasted.
Everyone's like, you can do that?
What? And Tanner follows Layla out to the beach, and they look out at the water. And Layla's like, ever since Mac and Brady came, I just felt different. Mac wasn't like any girl I ever knew. She inspired me. I miss her. And Tanner's like, yeah, I miss her too. And Brady. They were swell. But they're not here anymore.
They were swell.
I know, I like that.
Again, I think a lot of Tanner's lines within here are pretty fun written. His character coming out. I know you don't like what they do to his character. They really make him just the dumb idiot because he's the only one that doesn't get
He's
a
like
character arc within here.
he's so giggly in this movie all the time. And that's not how he was in the first
But the
movie.
funny lines that they write for him are funny.
But they are no, that's true.
And I do think like he is a picture of what a better movie would be out here, which is still don't develop the characters. They give Layla too much focus within here.
Yeah.
But that's a issue
We're
in the
like
next 10 minutes, not right now.
they're just like she is pure girl boss all the way, and she just wasn't really like that in the first movie. Not really. Not like this.
Yeah.
And Tanner, like, they make him just all the time like, oh, silly me. Like, so stupid giggly. And in the first movie, yes, he like said some silly things. He wasn't the smartest bulb on the brightest bulb on the tree, whatever. But he was also very suave and chill and charismatic. in a way that he's not in this movie,
Mhm.
which is just makes me feel like none of these characters are the same at all. And it's sad. Layla's like, I want to be with Mac and try new things and experience new experiences. And then she sees the magic necklace wash up, and she's like, I gave this to Mac, and it came back to me here
You never
now.
take it off.
Well, why did she take it off? It must be a sign. And Tanner's like, it really, it looks like a necklace to me. And Layla's like, I know Mac is out there somewhere, so I need to be where she is. So Layla's like, goodbye, everybody. And she runs into the ocean. And Tanner and the rest of them don't know what to do. So Tanner just follows after her.
And the rest stay.
Yeah. Yeah. Because the water gives me the scares. Or what does he say?
It's like it's reference to the first
The
movie.
fears.
Yeah.
He doesn't like the ocean. It was fine. He's a biker. Sorry, we're talking
Yeah.
about Butchie. Butchie's like, it gives me the fears or something.
Yeah. Someone else says, yeah, like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah, you didn't go in the ocean because it gives you the fears.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
Alright, back to the real world ocean. Layla and Tanner pop up, and she goes, "Jeepers!" And she says "jeepers" like 5 times in this scene. But they come out of the ocean completely dry, and they see a guy riding, like, the water jetpack thingy, that's, like, under
Mhm.
you, and you're, like, flying in the air a little bit, and
They're
you're on
all like,
flips.
whoa.
And she goes, "Jeepers!" And they look around, and they see some more normal people, and they're like, "Where are we?" And then the guy's like, "Are you guys lost here? You can use my phone." And they're like, "What is this little box?" We must have made it to Mac's world, and they're just amazed by all the things. Beepers.
Yeah. They say Brady and Max, right? Or did they really just say Mac?
I'm pretty sure Layla says we made it to Mac's
I
world.
guess that was her necklace.
Yeah.
But
And
I'm
also,
like,
like,
mm-mm.
Mac is the one that they both bonded with the most. Like, yeah, they also hung out with Brady, but at the end of the first Teen Beach movie, they both had, like, heartfelt goodbyes with Mac, and Brady was just like, "Bye."
It's because she's the only one that had an actual character arc in the first movie.
Yeah. So then Brady makes it to the beach with his surfboard and he sees Mac picking up trash. And the way the rest of this movie plays out, this is like before school. This is like probably 6 a.m.
Yeah. Which people do surf in the morning.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
This is possible.
I'm just letting everybody know that the timeline is that this is buttfuck early in the morning.
Yeah. That's also funny because like it's implied like a restaurant is open right on the beach.
I don't know if it's open necessarily. They just see the sign for
Yeah.
it. But yeah, um, Brady tries to hide from Mac, but she sees him, and she's like, "I thought we weren't supposed to see each other until next summer." And Brady's like, "Of course you're cleaning up the beach in my favorite surf spot." And she's like, "Well, there happens to be a lot of trash here." He's like, "What's that supposed to mean?" And she's like, "There's literally trash here."
Yeah, it's not all a metaphor.
Yeah. And then Mac spots Layla and Tanner, and they're so excited to see them. They're like, "What, Layla and Tanner?
How is that possible?
How is that possible?" And they all hug. It's like, "Whoa, you're actually here? Why? How?" And Layla's like, "I found the necklace and I took it into the ocean, questioning my whole existence." And Tanner's like, "And I didn't question anything." And Brady tries to explain, like, we're like, "Where are we?" And he's like, "We're in the future, kind of." And Tanner's like, "It's tomorrow." And Brady's like, "It's a few days past tomorrow." He's like, "Okay." And Layla's very excited. And then they break into song, which is called Right Where I Want to Be. And they go, "It's right where I wanna be. Boom, ba-doom, boom,
And all the
boom,
music is
ba-doom, boom."
serviceable inside each scene.
This one and, like, they do Turn Your Frown Upside Down or whatever later. They feel, like, more dumbed down and, like, toddler music than any other song in the franchise does, like, those 2 songs. And those are songs that really bugs me.
Well,
Also,
it's not
Silver
like
Screen.
Surf Crazy is any
No, but
lyrical
Surf
genius, you know?
No, it's not, but it's not like "Pew, pew, 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 pew," like "Doopy tinky tinky,
Surf, surf,
surf, surf."
surf
Like,
crazy.
that is classic Beach Boys. This is not classic Beach Boys.
Okay, I can believe that.
Yeah. Um, like, the first movie plays into the genre really well. Like, yes, they're a little more generic, but, like, they put all their good juices into those, and now they're like, "We have to make more songs. What can we do?" And I don't know. This one is just annoying. Like, I don't think this song is good. I don't think this song is that enjoyable. And it's them just being like, "You can do things too, even if you're a girl. And we're in this world, and it's crazy, and it's right where we want
This
it."
is about to be 50% feminism, 50% all the other plots.
Yeah. And Tanner's here for vibes. So, And they do that whole song. Layla and Tanner then go off, walk on the beach, and Brady's like, "This is so cool. I miss them. It's kind of crazy and impossible, but yeah, it's cool." And Mac's like, "What are we gonna do with them? I mean, they're from 1962. They could get in some serious trouble."
And that's like they're worried much more than like the musical nature of it all or the phasing in and out of existence, which they do mention like very shortly after this.
Yeah, so like, why did she say specifically they're from 1962 instead of they're characters from a movie and not real people?
Which is a way bigger threat to logic within there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brady's like, what could they possibly do? And then they see Layla and Tanner standing under one of those showers that's on the beach, and they're actively not getting wet as
Well, like
water's
this
on
is
top of them.
fun. They're watching water fall on them and nothing happens.
Yeah, they're not. They're totally dry. And Mac's like, uh-oh, we almost zapped out of existence in their world. What's gonna happen to them? And they're like, well, we need to get them back somehow. Maybe let's just explain to them that they're from a movie, and then like, no, that would blow their minds, and they can't handle it. So like, okay, let's just show them how
I
bad the
feel like
world
I feel
is.
like they should have just immediately, and maybe it wouldn't have been as bad as you think it would have.
Maybe you should say like you're gonna zap out of
I
existence
do have
here.
more of an issue of what happens later on. This is just, I guess, a stupid plot way to get to have him go to school, which you want to have for the plot, and them faking it in. It's one of those things. Again, I can hand wave away because
Yeah,
you need the plot to get somewhere that doesn't logically make sense, but there's fun possibilities there.
yeah.
Sometimes it's a decom. Let it happen.
I kind of wish that they didn't have this whole plot of like, wait, to show them how bad it is. At least not right away. Why can't they just be like, cool, they're gonna stay here forever?
Yeah,
And like they could have just started with that.
that's true. They could have. And then they were like, wait, we probably need to get him back.
Immediately they're like, we need to get them back.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, let's have some fun.
Yeah, you could have had fun with this whole situation. There's a lot. Another again, annoyances about this movie. There's a ton, and it's just that you get reminded of at moments within this movie of fun stuff that they could be doing, and I feel like they always pick an option that's less interesting.
Yeah.
We see a lot more infighting, a lot more serious drama when that was never the point of the first movie
No.
and what succeeded within there.
Yeah. So they're like, let's just show them how bad the world is so they want to go back. So then at Mac's place, she has Layla at her place and she's like, you can pick out my clothes, whatever. Layla looks at an iPod and a speaker and confused. She's like, where's the record go? And Mac's like, this technology stuff can be pretty complicated. And that's a callback to the first movie when
Yeah.
Layla was showing her a record
They
player.
do callbacks throughout the whole movie.
Yeah. So then they're getting ready for school. Mac's like, let's try to make you look a little less like you. Um, Side note, Mac is now dressed for school in a different outfit, totally normal. She's wearing very tall wedge heels, and I did not take her as a wedge heel to school kind of girl,
Apparently,
especially with how like um
business.
smart, like book focused she is, apparently. But she's like, no, I gotta wear my 6-inch heels to school. I never got girls who wore heels to school. Like, don't you want to be comfortable?
Don't you want to be tall?
Oh, dare you? Whatever, Benji. That was mean. So Layla's excited that she gets to wear Mac's clothes and like don't pick anything too flashy. Then Layla tries on some clothes and they like super quick change and they all look like 60s outfits, including the Jackie Kennedy outfit. And it's like crazy, it's magic. And also Brady is at his shack with Tanner and they slide down a pole. And this is one of I think maybe the only part of the movie that actually makes me laugh is Tanner slowly, very slowly sliding down a pole.
There's other lines and jokes within here that make me
Yeah.
laugh, but it is a good one within here. Just some good physical comedy.
Yeah. He just like is barely making it down that pole. Cool. Back in the movie world, the rest of the cast doesn't know what to do without Tanner and Layla.
They're like, something should be happening, but these plot drivers are not here.
Yeah, maybe someone should sing something like Layla would. And Cat's like, this I thought you never asked. But she's like, Chi Chi, you do it. So they put her on stage. She's like, but I was doing my nails. But they put her on stage and she goes, falling for ya, falling for ya, can't hold on any longer. But now I'm falling for ya. But then Cat goes, 1, 2, 3, 4, and he picks up the tempo. Bum, bum, bum,
They
bum,
do a
bum,
full
bum.
performance of Falling for You.
But like up the tempo and fun and
And
crazy.
it's like them fighting over the mic and stuff. I think this is fun, reasonable, and makes sense within the film completely. So
It's
I'm not
fine.
going to complain about it at all.
I like that Jordan Fisher finally gets to sing because he's really good talent. I like it when he goes, "Here's the cat's meow," and they go meow 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 meow.
To me, this is very similar to like what I was saying about I Want It All for High School Musical 3,
Mhm,
where is it the best song or performance? I don't think so. But it's completely viable in a movie that makes a lot of sense to have it. Every like aspect of it makes sense to me.
mhm.
And it's fun enough that it's clearly not my problem with the film. So I'm not going to waste too much
There you
time
go.
fighting for
Falling
it.
for you, falling for you.
It's funny to
That's
mention High School Musical 3. I feel like this movie has the exact opposite problems High School Musical 3 does.
too many
High
plots.
School Musical 3 has no plots and no direction. It's just a series of disjointed music videos. This movie could use more music, if anything, and like
Maybe I don't know.
is far too worried about being grounded in its characters.
This movie could use better music at least.
This movie could use everything.
Um, yeah, I think my issue with it is like I think it's a worse version of Fallen for You. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I guess I was a little annoyed, at least back in the day, that it's like they're just recycling a song from the first movie. But it makes sense because they're in the movie world and those are the like only
Yeah.
songs that
Those are
really
they can't
exist.
do a new song within it.
Yeah,
It's also a reprise and they're doing it completely differently.
they are, and it's fine. It's just I don't really care for it. Like, but it's fine. I'm not angry at it.
Mhm.
I'm happy to see Jordan Fisher perform. And at the end, Chi-Chi falls and no one catches her. And they're like, "This just doesn't feel right." And Giggles, she's the one who has the little, like, twisty, little
Almost belt dancer
tassels,
ass.
and she twists and it, like, shakes around, and she's like, "If I do this, does it help?" And they're like, "You know
Yeah,
what? It does
it
help a
does
little
so.
bit."
I like that. I like those lines.
That was a good joke, yeah.
And while that's happening, no one notices an extra in the movie fades out of existence.
He disappears. Crazy. So now, at school, in the real world, Brady and Mac tell Tanner and Layla some rules. Don't do anything to give yourself away, no hair wetting or clothes changing, and no shiny thing with your teeth, and no singing. And like just one song, one verse, one word, and they're like, no. But they start to sing anyway and run away. And Brady and Mac have to catch them. And then Brady tells Tanner, like they're alone now, and he's like, just walk down the hallway and be normal. And Tanner's like,
Okay.
I know how to walk down the hallway.
And he's just it's the cool jock walking down the hall.
In like slow motion, everyone's looking at him like, oh my god. And it's very cool.
Beefcake.
And he goes, "People dig me." That feels like movie one, Tanner. That's him. Where's that guy for the rest of the movie? He's suave. He's
He's
confident.
charismatic and like wins people
He
over.
goes, "People dig me." Like that's Tanner. Come
Yeah,
on.
he's not cool in this movie,
No,
other than this scene.
other than this.
And I guess it's like trying to make a commentary like what was cool in the 1960s and like feeling cool with that is just kind of dorky now.
Yeah,
But if that's the joke, they honestly should have made it more evident and
yeah,
like have him be at like some point. Everyone around here now doesn't care about me, doesn't think I'm cool. They don't dig me, but no, they do what in the scene.
yeah. So then Devin comes and says hi, and Brady introduces Tanner as his cousin Dolph from Iceland. And like Max
They
does
could
it.
have just used the normal
I know,
names.
Mac does the same thing with Layla, where it's like, "This is my cousin from Finland," and it's like they drop it immediately. If they, like, later call it back, like, "Oh, hey, Dolph," like, that would've been funnier, but
Yeah.
they never do.
No.
So it's like it's a joke that doesn't land at all.
It again, I feel like this script was in the middle of 5 different rewrites,
Probably.
and this got lost in the sauce.
Yeah. I like the part where Devin tries to do the secret handshake with Tanner, but they end up just kind of slapping each other a lot.
Mhm.
I thought that was funny. And Tanner loves it here now. Later, Mac and Layla get out of calculus, and Mac's like, "That was pretty brutal, right?" That's what life's like in the real world.
And Layla's like, "Oh my god, I know everything about calculus after one lesson.
I love, like, integrals and shit,
I know how derivatives
and
work."
how derivatives work. And it's like, "Wow, you picked that up fast," and she's like, "Learning so much fun." And then they run into Spencer, and Layla's like, "You are so cute," because this guy was the cutest guy ever. And Mac's like, "This is my cousin Delga from Finland." It's like, "Okay." And Spencer goes, "Hey, Mac, I hope I didn't cause any problems with you and Brady yesterday." And she's like, "Our problems are totally our own." And like, fine, whatever. I just don't like that this movie is pretending that Spencer is this huge wedge in between them when they have like a million other problems that they're dealing with. And Spencer has the only thing he's done is talk to Mac
Yeah.
a couple
And
times.
been respectful about it and gets together with her friend.
Yeah, he's not even flirty.
No.
They're talking about oceanography.
Again,
He
right.
just is cute. Oh my gosh, how dare he be cute?
Yeah, this movie sucks.
And like they act like it's such a big deal, like Brady's so jealous, but they barely talk about it. They barely show it.
Mhm.
They're just trying to do a million things in this movie, and none of it really pays off. But whatever. He says, "How's the dance shaping up?" And Max says, "We haven't sold many tickets, so hopefully people show up." And this also makes me mad because later they're at the dance and so many people are
And
there.
it's not like she does any extra work on this because she's so focused on these people instead.
So why have this line in there? Like it
Rewrites.
said like, "Oh yeah, it's going well."
Actually, Spencer went and recruited them all.
Whatever. Then Spencer leaves, and Layla's like, "There's gonna be a dance? This place is getting better." And Mac's like, "Yeah, until your formerly adorable boyfriend starts acting like a completely different person." She says this out of pocket. And I'm like, this movie, Mac feels like the completely different person instead of Brady. Brady feels like exactly the guy that you signed up for, in my opinion, except for the secret keeping. But don't forget that Mac kept a secret from him about going to prep school for the whole time that they knew each other 3 months ago. But whatever. Trust me, Layla, you're better off in your own world where boys are simple and reliable.
And Layla just hits from back, like, isn't that what Brady is?
And then Alyssa comes over to say hi, and Layla introduces herself as Layla, so we're dropping the Delga thing. And she's like, "I'm here to discover who I am and find fulfillment." And Alyssa's like, "A woman who knows what she wants. I like that."
Oh my god, you should date her.
And they bond. Oh, they bond.
And then they go stone in their hallway.
And then they hit a bong. I'm supposed to say bond with a D. Okay, so now they're at lunch, and Benji mentioned in the IMDb, like it showed that their food changes all the time. So if you're watching the movie, look out for the food changing on the trays, because in between scenes it's completely different. But yeah, at lunch, Brady and Mac talk while getting their food. Mac, and also all the food's outside. Gross.
Yeah,
It's just
this
sitting
school is
outside.
weird. It's very they should have made this in Hawaii, honestly. It would make more sense to me, even though I guess all the characters are white, so
Yeah, they're all white. So it would have been like, what?
what?
Are there white people in Hawaii?
There are.
Uh,
Not a majority.
yeah. Anyway, um, yeah, Mac's frustrated that Layla seems to love everything, including complicated science stuff. And Brady thinks he's wearing down Tanner a little, but then it pans over to Tanner, who's like, "This chicken is a nugget? I love it here." So it's like, okay, maybe he's not
Everyone
wearing
does love chicken nuggets.
chicken nuggets are so good, dude.
Dude, chicken nuggets, like, S tier.
It's your food, chicken nugget.
We're now the Snack Homies podcast.
Yo, chicken nuggies low key fire.
You're real for that, Hunk.
Brady has a new plan. He's like, "Let's just turn them loose alone in the most scary place ever, the cafeteria." And so Layla and Tanner are walking down in between all these tables, and students are literally like hissing at them, like, "Don't do it that way." And they're like, "Oh, okay." And then they run into some football players, and Tanner's like, "Hi, we're new." And the jock goes, "I could care less, spray tan." And he's like, "Actually, it's Tanner. No spray, add an er." Tanner Lewis Ready Danger.
It's a good line.
Yeah. And the jock bullies them some more. You know, in the way that DCOM bullies do. Like, "What, you putting you on my turf? Well, get lost, buckaroo." That's not what he says, but whatever. And so Layla and Tanner leave, and they're like, "Wow, people here are a little standoffish and meanish, and angry-ish too." So they're like, "Why is everyone sitting apart?" Just smile. And so they do the song, turn your frown upside down.
It's one of the favorite numbers that they do in the
Up,
song with
upside
here.
down. Yeah.
And like this to me is what they should have made the whole plot.
But at least it's a very interesting direction that they only explore in this one number
Because
and then drop
it's
it.
a bunch of human characters being forced to be a part of a musical.
And they look like they're like freaked out about what's happening and they're being forced to participate. And they're like, what's happening to me? Why am I dancing?
And that's way more interesting. And like, I know it's just kind of the inverse of Can't Stop Singing,
Mhm.
but like, it's I it's still a better overall plot message than what they're trying to force into a character study.
I agree with that. What I will say is the song sucks. And this is the other one where I'm like, this feels like it's something from Yo Gabba Gabba. Like,
Well, Yo Gabba Gabba has bangers. I think you might be hating on Yo Gabba Gabba.
it's like very small children media. I know this is a kids movie. This is a younger demographic. It feels like to me,
Hmm.
turn that frown upside down. You gotta turn that frown upside down. Cause we're gonna have fun, fun, fun. It's also okay. Big instance too of a musical number halting the plot. Nothing is done
Again,
in
if
this.
this was the direction of the plot, would be totally cool with it, but it's not.
Yeah.
This is the last they ever explored this concept.
Everyone, we just gotta shoehorn a musical number in, and like it's a decently
It's been
fun.
amount enough. It's been enough time. We need a music
We
number.
need a music number, so let's stop the plot and just have this musical number. Mac and Brady are in on it too. They're like, "Don't try to
I think this is the
resist."
last time they're at the school.
You might be right. Yeah. So I mean, it's kind of a fun horror concept as well, but they did that in the guy who did like musical Star Kid
Yeah, and
musical, so and it
that's
was
pretty
fun.
good. You know.
Yeah, so they just didn't explore it all the way in this musical. Um, yeah. I also like at the end how the jock is like, "We're never talking about this again." And he cries and runs away. That was funny. Also, every single dancer in this number is pretending to be a teenager and they're like clearly in their 30s. So,
Yeah.
there's that too. Anyway, back to the movie world. Everyone's bored and they're making House of
They're
Cards.
just like, we don't know what to do.
We're confused. And then more people disappear and this time they do
And they're
notice.
like, that's not good.
That's
Maybe we
not
should
good.
go to the real world.
They don't say that yet.
Oh, it's kind of crazy they notice it, but don't say it yet.
They're just like, what's going on? So at school, Tanner runs into Layla and Alyssa. Tanner's like, want to hang out? And here's some of my new looks. And Layla's like, sorry, Tanner, we have calculus homework. And Tanner's like, oh, okay, have fun without me. And then Mac and Brady watch from behind a tree. And they're like, we gotta get them to want to leave. And they split up to keep an eye on them.
Yeah, maybe they should have traded which person they were talking to.
In the first movie, though, like Mac was with Tanner and Layla was with Brady. So now that's like Mac's with Layla. Even though Mac also was with Layla a lot. And it's because Mac had a relationship with both them and Brady didn't. But yeah, anyway, Brady and Tanner make it back to Brady's shack, and Tanner talks about his new looks, and he's so happy, giggly all the time, and it's annoying. And Brady shows him an iPad, and he's like, "Hey, look at me," but then he feels kind of sad. And what?
Hey, look at me. Oh man, it looks kind of sad. Sometimes just lines from this podcast sound funny to me when I think about them out of context.
He goes over to Brady, and they look out the water, and he's like, "Can I talk to you for a second?" So I've been thinking about things, which I usually don't like to do. And I always assumed that Layla would just like be there for me. But the night that she ran into the water with the necklace, it gave me like this strange feeling in my stomach that like things might not work out. And Brady's like, that's called worry. And Tanner's like, yeah, things always work out for me. But here now, I still have that feeling. I'm worried that Layla wanted to come here because I'm not enough for her. And Brady's like, yeah, I mean, I guess all you can really do is be the best dude you can be and hope it's enough. Is that what you do with Mac? Well, not recently, no. We kind of hit a rough patch. Yesterday. He doesn't say that, but that's what happened. Um, and Brady mentions he's working on something, but he hasn't told her about it yet. And so he shows Tanner all his
Yeah, you can
surfboard
show Tanner
prototypes.
it. He's not embarrassed of Tanner. He's
Yeah.
like, what? I'm not like nervous Tanner's gonna steal my girl.
Yeah, like here's a surfboard that folds up into a suitcase, which to me doesn't seem like it would work at all.
Tanner has flirted with Mac far more than Spencer ever did.
So true. Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Yeah, just saying.
Yeah. Um Anyway, yeah, I feel like the surfboard that folds up into a suitcase wouldn't work.
Probably not. It's not sturdy enough.
Exactly.
But it's just he's an engineering marvel. He's really good at this
He
stuff. Too
is.
bad there's no college for engineering.
Such a shame. Um, the big one he's working on right now is a surfboard with like a motor in it, so you can surf without waves, like a boat. But like it's cool. It's a cool concept and he's making it and it's impressive. And Tanner's like, why can't you tell Mac? And Brady's like, I don't think she'll get it. Me spending so much time on surfboards.
If you spend so much free time on surfing, you fuck this. I'm not even giving the dignity of arguing anything, making jokes. No.
She has her whole life mapped out. She wants to go to college. Tanner's like, what's college? And he says it's far away, full of smart people like her. It's not a place where a guy like me can get around making surfboards like an engineer. And Tanner's like, I understand, Brady. Maybe the problem is that you're not tan enough. What? Is that what he says?
I don't remember that line at all.
I wrote it down.
Maybe you're not tanner.
I don't
Because
know.
if he's not tan enough, that means he needs to get tanner.
Tanner. Is that the joke?
Here's the thing. I don't think this joke exists. I have no idea what you're
Making it
writing.
up?
Maybe you miswrote a word. It happens. Then they went and hit a bong.
Okay, yeah, sometimes I mistype. Anyway, at Mac's place with Layla now, Layla's like, I never knew I could be so happy. I love it all. And Mac's like, well, it's not all great. There's like finals and taxes and global warming and hangnails and public restrooms. And at first I was gonna say like, ooh, look how silly it is. These are the examples. But if somebody asked me to say all the bad things, I probably would be like taxes.
Honestly, yeah. You know what? It's a decent list.
It's a decent.
I'm not gonna flame that at
You
all.
know what? Yeah. You had it really good back in your world. You didn't have to worry about your future or picking the right college or and also you have a boy who loves you. And Layla's like, you have a boy who loves you, but you want more than that, right? You want to live life to the fullest. I want that too.
Yeah, go women.
Girl boss. Yeah. No, that was actually a good point. And Max like, being with the right person can actually make life more full. If you have the same passion, the same drive. And she goes, or maybe that doesn't help at all. Which is good that she stopped there because her and Brady clearly don't have the same passion
No,
and the same drive.
no.
But then it's good. She stops herself. She's like, maybe that doesn't help. Maybe he just has to respect your passion and not keep secrets from you and get weird when you're busy.
Which is true, but it's also very petty to say. But they did just break up.
They broke up after a day.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm sorry. And okay, fair enough. She was busy for like one day. And so what's happening with us and why is he keeping this weird
But she
secret?
was also like, I can't do anything for the next month.
Yeah.
There,
And she was also like, things aren't gonna change. Also, everything's changing.
yeah. Fuck all that. Fuck this noise.
She's like, oh, it's pretty confusing here. And then Layla comes out of the closet wearing very normal clothes. Like she looks like she's not from the 60s anymore. And Mac is shook. So he calls Brady and is like, we need to meet up. And then it cuts to the beach and Tanner's dancing with the big air noodle thing. You know what those are
The
called?
wacky inflatable arm tube guys.
That's what they're called?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Wacky inflatable arm tube.
Wacky inflatable tube man. Wacky inflatable arm flailing tube man.
I love those things.
I don't know if that's. I think they're actually just called tube man, but like people collectively always just call them wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube men.
They're awesome. And Tanner's like flailing around with it.
Anytime you can get one of those in anything, I'm always happy.
Yeah. So then they meet up with Layla and Mac. And Mac and Brady see that Layla and Tanner are turning normal. And she shoves Tanner under the shower and he gets wet and he freaks out. And I actually liked that scene. He's like,
Yeah, it'd be a very weird experience.
yeah, they could be stuck here forever. Oh no. And Brady's like, well, let's just tell them where they're from. Like, we're running out of options. We gotta just come clean. And so Matt goes, all right, Layla and Tanner, you're made up characters from a movie. You're not real. They're like, what? And Brady's like, maybe I would have eased them into it a little more gently.
I mean, yeah.
So Mac pulls up the movie on her phone, and this is where the Lord's really confusing.
So yeah. For a bit, I was trying to workshop my own brain to like maybe this is a mystical movie that only exists in this family because like all the lore in the first movie and the Surfboard of Destiny
And
and
the
everything,
surfboard, yeah.
all that sort of makes sense. But if it's on her phone, I guess she could have recorded a footage of it. But then the ending movie when everyone knows about Layla, Queen of the Beach, doesn't make any
That doesn't
sense.
make sense.
So all of this to say, no, this is. I just have to believe this is a movie that exists that they could pull a clip of quickly.
Yeah.
That part of it is fine, but it makes all of the questions of the chaos that happens in the movie world and what the ramifications of a movie not how their disappearance can lead to the movie not existing or the movie having a changed plot impacting everything going on doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But they pull up the clip of the phone, they show it to them, and they're like, "What's this?"
Well, and Brady's like, yeah, you're from a movie. My favorite movie. It's where Mac and I met. Which the phrasing is just bad. He meant like it's the reason they
Yeah.
met, which is also stupid. I just hate
Retconning into
I
that.
hate that. Like, and I already talked about it. It's just like,
Talk about it again.
why did they
Rant for us.
They did it for the stupid twist at the end, but it's like, we only met because of this movie. And that was clearly not the case in the first movie. But whatever. Max, oh, sorry, Layla's like, I don't want to live in a movie world. And Mac's like, but you do. That's why your lives have been so perfect. It's where you belong. And then Mac turns to Brady and he's like, how do we make them understand? And he goes, we could explain in the language that they understand. And she's like, you don't mean, oh, here we go. And they drag him to a big stretch of empty beach that they can do a musical number.
This is the worst scene in the movie.
It is.
Kelsey hates this song. I don't hate this song as much. It's just in context. This is the stupidest thing within here because the entire thing this song is about, Silver Screen, is about being an actor.
Yeah.
And the people they are talking to are not actors. What they should have done is told them, hey, look at these actors that exist in the real world who have almost certainly died at this point. They're not real, or sorry, they were real people who played you. You are their fictional character that came to life.
Yeah, they didn't want to get into all that.
Instead, they made a whole musical number that in universe were trying to explain like why you should go back into the movie world. It's so cool to be in a movie where they're singing about being an actor.
Yeah.
That literally makes no sense.
That's the reason I hate the song. Also, the song itself sucks.
I'm not saying it's good. I think it's more passable than you give it credit.
You gotta make a scene up on the silver screen. It's another one that's like Yo Gabba Gabba shit. Or I'm like,
why you hate Yo Gabba Gabba?
It's just the one show I've
We're gonna watch some Yo Gabba Gabba after this.
I'm saying it's like another like minimal little kid song is what it feels like. It doesn't feel like a
Yo
good
Gabba Gabba's
song.
for adults.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not going to defend this song too much. I don't like it either.
Sucks.
The only thing I'll say is it's much more passable than I think you're giving it credit for musically.
Musically, I think like this whole soundtrack is just a huge fucking step down. Except for On My Own.
Which is probably the best song in the franchise.
Whatever. But like I do think that all the prop stuff is fun. Like it's kind of filming as if it's a one shot with all the background changing.
Out context within here, it would be a really fun choreo scene.
Yeah. But it's in context of the movie. I don't like the movie.
We also don't get explanation on how all these props and people are coming through here.
I think it's all just make believe.
Yeah. It said they still have a red carpet under them at the end when everyone else disappears.
Everyone disappears at the end, and they're still on a red carpet.
So that's the song.
Also, yeah, it's like it's just so dumb because it's like one of the sets is like they're in Paris. Like, their movie isn't about being in
Do you know what
Paris.
Paris is?
And then, like, a Western and pirates?
You're going back to one genre of movie.
It's not this. And then it ends with them being, like, celebrities on a red carpet. And it's like, no, that's not what you do. And so Layla at the end goes, no, I'm sorry, but no, I don't want to be that girl anymore. I don't want anyone to write my lines for me. Thank you, Layla. That's the whole point, is that her whole life is written for her.
Mhm.
And I don't know, like, they need to convince her that that's a good thing somehow. And I don't know how they're going to do that. They're just like, but you're a movie star, kind of, even though she's not.
And guess what? They never actually convince her of that.
Yeah.
She goes back for a different reason.
I just made Layla's movie like, I want free will.
Also, the only person out of all the characters to get free will really is Layla.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later.
Apparently she does have free will. But
Yeah.
we'll talk about that later. And Layla grabs the necklace and throws it in the ocean. And back in the movie world, Butchie's like, let's just pretend nothing bad's happening and that's how we'll do with this. But then Chi-Chi tells them that more people vanished. And they realize that things have been wrong since Layla and Tanner left. So they look down the ocean and they see the necklace appear. And they're like, we should go find them. So they all go out into the ocean with the necklace. Cool.
Yeah.
So then
I feel like there's a really good line within here, and I don't remember exactly because you didn't write it down, but it was just the Butchie being like, "This is the necklace that my sister was wearing when she disappeared in the ocean,"
yeah.
which I think is very funny because take that sentence in any other movie and it holds a completely different context.
Yeah, no, that is like literally what he said. Like, it's the necklace she had when she went to the ocean.
And disappeared. So I'm like, yeah.
So then back in the real world, Brady and Mac are just like knee deep in the ocean looking for the necklace. And they're arguing. And Mac is sassy about Brady's secret, like, oh, you're just keeping secrets. And Brady says, well, maybe we should go ask Spencer for help. And I'm like, and Mac says, really? We're back to that? And I'm like, back? This is the first time.
This first time Spencer actually got mentioned in the
first time
rewrites, baby. Rewrites.
Yeah, it's the first time Brady, I think, has said Spencer's name. Like, he talked to him once and things were kind of awkward, but he's acting like their fight was mainly about Spencer. And she's acting like that too. She's like, we're back to that. That's not what you guys were fighting about. You never once mentioned Spencer.
Not in the movie.
Fight. No. Ah, I hate this movie. Brady and Layla are watching from the sand. And Layla's like, I think they're arguing. And Brady's like, but they're not from rival gangs. And Layla's like, I guess your couple's doing too. And Tanner's like, I don't like it. And Layla says, me neither. And then they spot the whole movie group showing up. They're like, what are those people doing in their clothes in the ocean? And they're like, those aren't. She says cats. What are those cats doing with their clothes in the ocean? And Tanner goes, those aren't cats. Those are people. They're our friends. And they all reunite on the beach. And Brady's like, what are you doing here? And they're like, we came to take Layla and Tanner home.
Notably, Jordan Fisher is a little bit wet. Plot hole.
Plot hole, his shorts are wet because he was literally in the ocean. Layla says, I don't want to go home. And Butchie's like, but I'm your brother. Don't you miss me? All of us? And Layla says, of course I do, but I'm finding myself here and I'm happy. And Butchie tells them about everyone disappearing back home. And Mac and Brady realize that without the stars, there's no movie, so you all have to go back or you all disappear. And Layla's like, okay, yep, we have to go back. It's our job. We have to be characters in the movie.
Everyone just accepts this, and you know what? Fair enough. You don't want your people to die.
She will also die.
No.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Layla and Max start to say their goodbyes. They're like, somehow we'll always be friends. And then Brady and Tanner do an actual little secret handshake thing and they say goodbye. And they say, let's get ourselves home.
And they really cleaned this up real nicely, and that's the end of the movie.
Yeah, I wish. So then the whole group heads off into the water with the necklace and they disappear. And Brady and Mac are alone on the beach. And they really don't have words for each other. And it's so weird because Brady goes,
They both wait, let's do this. Okay,
yeah, so you start.
Well,
I guess we'll head back.
it was like, hey, Mac. I thought they did talk over each other.
No.
They're both gonna be like, hey, I got something to say. Yeah.
Explicitly, no, I remember explicitly they don't talk over each other. He goes like, and then she goes, and then it's like, guess I'll see you later. And it's so weird.
He's like, yeah, I'll see you at the dance.
Guess I'll see you at the dance. And then they leave. So now we're at the school dance in the school gym. And it's ocean themed. Pretty fun. And there's a live band. And the gym is full. Even though apparently she was struggling to sell tickets.
There are so many fucking plot holes in this movie.
And the
And they're
band,
just so, like, easy to avoid.
I know. And the band is like, we're gonna take a break. And then the Sabrina Carpenter song plays. Hooray.
Oh, I leave quite an impression.
Man child. Imagine just like, I'm so fucking horny.
I don't know why I didn't taste that well.
That was like,
Yeah. Brady's like, hi, Devin. And Devin's like, I love this fruit punch. And Brady's like, I'm sad.
no, he says it's pretty nectar. This fruit punch is pretty
And
nectar.
he goes, well, I guess things are not simpatico, my friend.
He's like, yeah, I want things to be not sympathetic.
And Devin's like, hey, you should do something about it. And Brady's like, I don't know about it. Maybe if all of my old friends from the movie I got trapped in for a little bit came back and risked their life to tell me the exact same thing, maybe then I would listen.
Yeah. Also, you missed that Spencer and Alyssa dance.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because they were the ones actually flirting.
Well, not until now.
No, they were.
Well, she was.
She was at camp with him, and they said they were flirting within that.
But they didn't
and
actually flirt. She just kept like running away from him. But now
she
they're
flirted in the way of just stammering her words because she likes someone.
That's not
I kind of
flirting.
count that as flirting.
That's not flirting. That's not.
Well, I gotta go prepare for the dance.
That's not how you got me.
Well, it kind of was.
Yeah, actually, I want
Like, we're being dead serious. It's not that
we
far
were
off.
not good at flirting with each other. At least not with like fully realizing it was flirting. I think I would try and flirt with you, but also I'm like, he doesn't actually like me. Anyway, yeah, so all of a sudden the surf music starts and all the movie characters barge into the gym. And Tanner and Layla confront Brady, and she's like, we're here for you and Mac. It was Tanner's idea. Isn't this amazing? He cares about something not about himself. And Tanner's like, it's not right that things aren't right with you two. So we came back to make things right. And he says, when we were doing the worry thing, we forgot something important. In our world, we have a thing called confidence. And you didn't remember it because you're a great surfer and a great friend and you make cool things. You're an amazing guy. And the only person keeping you from realizing it is you.
And that's the end of his character arc, really.
And that's a fine character arc.
And it's
It's the
fine.
one that I think is actually fine.
And it's simple, fine, sure.
Brady's like, you guys came back for us. You risked everything to tell me to be
I
confident.
also feel like you could have had one person do this rather than risk everyone.
Great point. But also, I mean, they were all disappearing in the movie world anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't get like they fully disappeared. So I feel like the timeline of them disappearing should have reset because they did go
I
back to the
agree.
movie world.
But they never did a run of the movie again, maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know. Nothing makes sense. We don't need to worry about this plot.
So true.
So Brady's like, wow, thank you for saying the exact same thing my friend over there, Devin, said.
Now I believe it.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna jump on this band stage and be like, can I do a song? And they'll say, yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, do a little kick snare thing, thank you. Here's the guitar, thank you. Here's how you do it. And they do gotta be me.
Yeah, this was like the single they promoted. This was the moment of it, the showstopper. It's fine. It's certainly
fine.
passable.
It's fine.
It's
nice
a little
that it
long.
Yeah, it's nice it steps away from the beach genre though. Like it you said On My Own is the only one that does it. It's not. This one also is
This
different.
fits with like Cruising for a Bruising. That's like the connection with me to
I
it.
guess, but it is still more modern than Cruising for a Bruising. Yeah. And Ross Lynch is doing Ross Lynch things. He's a dancer.
Ross Lynch is talented.
He is. It's just all very samey
Yeah.
when he performs.
We've seen a lot of him performing before, so
because we watch like top 100 Disney Channel songs, and there's like 50 Ross Lynch songs from Allison and Allie, and we're like, all of these are the same. But this one, yeah, the choreography is fun. The song is okay. It's kind of weird that like the moral of the story, I guess they're saying, is be yourself.
which is a little bit the character arc of everyone, but also just like Not actually a plot point.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. And the song just drags. They keep dancing and dancing. It keeps going.
And you would think, like, man, maybe they need to get back to survive, but they do another verse.
And I'm just like, it's fun, but I'm like, what are we even doing here, guys? People are dying, Kim.
All right. So then the song actually ends.
And Butchie's like, hate to interrupt the moment, but we gotta get back. And Tanner's like, yeah, we gotta get out of here before another one of us disappears. It's like, yeah, no shit. You guys came back to do a whole musical number.
Well, luckily, if anyone disappears next, it's clearly going to be one of the characters with like the least screen presence, right?
No, it's gonna be Butchie
Oh,
holding the
oh
necklace.
shit, that's terrible. Wow, that was really plot convenient for Teen Beach 2 that it was
Yeah,
Butchie.
Butchie's like the third biggest character in the
Yes.
movie, and he disappeared before
Yep.
Seacat and
Doesn't
Rascal.
make sense, does it? It doesn't.
Rascal doesn't do anything in this movie.
And giggles.
Pickles. And why did he have the necklace? Give it back to Layla. But whatever. He's gone. So Layla's like, how do we get back? And then she's like, wait a minute. Brady and Mac, you guys came to our movie before I gave you the necklace. How did you get there? And they look at each other like, oh, the surfboard of destiny. So Brady and Mac grab the surfboard and they all run to the beach and they have to paddle it out to catch a wave. But oh no, there's no waves. And then Giggles and two other girls vanish, and then Seacat and the other guy vanish, and then Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi's the last one to vanish,
Chi-Chi's the third most important character,
apparently.
which actually is more believable than like
Yeah.
anyone other than Butchie.
And they're all gone except for Tanner and Layla. And Brady instructs Layla and Tanner to go and take the flower off the surfboard.
It's like, I gotta go grab something. Hey, Tanner, remember when you said you've never built anything before? Well, you want to build something?
I don't know why you had to say it like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, it's weird. And
And he's
so,
like, Matt, come with me. You gotta come help me save the day.
yeah, even though I don't think she's needed in there at all.
No, but he just wanted to actually show himself off, I think, maybe. I don't know. It
Maybe.
doesn't actually make sense.
Or actually, maybe he needed help carrying stuff,
Yeah,
actually.
that makes enough
Yeah.
sense.
So Max sees all Brady's stuff in his shack, and she's like, what's all this? And he's like, they're surfboards. She's like, you built these? And he's like, yeah. And she goes, "Mm, this was your secret. And he goes, yeah, I've been building surfboards.
Like, it's such a big piece of baggage.
Yeah, this is my secret. I make surfboards. Boards that do what other boards don't. And she goes, and why couldn't you tell me that? And he goes, because we're so together. College, oceanography club. You have a vision for your life and future. I thought you wouldn't respect it. And Mac's like, this is incredible. My grandfather made boards his whole life. It's an art.
Yeah, like, think about that for a second. How dumb are you, Brady?
He's dumb. What you're doing here is a vision for your life. Like, I don't. He's literally building stuff, and he's like, you wouldn't get it.
He was, like, already refurbishing boards with the grandpa in the
Yeah.
previous film.
It's like, but you're into oceanography. Like, what? And then Brady goes, you think so? Well, good, because I made this one for us. Remember when we couldn't surf without waves? I had this idea. What if you could surf without waves?
So fucking stupid.
And this board has a motor.
Yeah, it's literally just a boat.
It's literally just a boat. And Matt goes, so you can surf when there's no surf. Oh my god. How revolutionary of an idea. A motor. And he's like, I'm sorry you felt like you had to hide it from me. You know what really matters about our future? No secrets. So he's like, I'm sorry, but you know what? Stop fucking keeping secrets from me.
Not be like honesty or our future that's
Yeah.
together.
She was gonna say, you know what matters about our future? That we're together.
That we feel we can be our best selves to
Yeah.
each other.
But she's
No, it's just like, you know what's important? Don't lie to me again.
no secrets. This was your fault. And Brady's like, done.
God damn this fucking movie.
So they're like, okay, let's go. So they put the flower on the new board and it glows. And Layla and Tanner run off with the board. And Mac stops Brady. Remember how they're on a time crunch? Like, we need to go right now.
Yeah.
Mac is like, Brady, wait. do you know where we are? It's Dolphin Cove. And I'm like, we don't have time for this, but okay. And Matt goes, if this doesn't work, and Layla and Tanner vanish, and the movie never existed, then doesn't that mean that we never even met? Which I understand this needs to be said for
This
what they
does
do.
need to be said
But why couldn't they say this way earlier when they're like, we need to get them back to the
because they
world?
weren't together romantically at that point.
Why?
They
What am
didn't
I?
need to. They really just didn't need to break them up at
They
all.
really didn't need to make them fight in this movie at all. I don't understand. Like, they're just creating conflict for
It
no
was so
reason.
they could like try and learn from the movie again. But like, what if they just let the movie? If you wanted to do the Layla arc, just have it be the entire arc. It
Yeah.
would honestly work way better.
We don't need a whole breakup moment between Brady and Mac, especially because they're gonna reverse it all at the end anyway with the plot twist.
Yeah. We're getting to the point where we're gonna spoil the plot twist. Again, if you're listening to this, I assume you
Well,
don't.
we can keep going. We don't have to do it
But
yet.
yeah.
But yeah,
But
we're
just
getting
I'm
close.
warning. I'm
Yeah,
warning. There's a big plot twist in this movie.
yeah. So anyway, Max like if they vanish and the movie never exists, doesn't mean that we never met. If we don't make it, we won't even know. Oh, so if they don't make it, we won't even know each other. And Brady's like, it's okay. How could I ever forget you? And then he starts singing, you're the girl that made me know that there's a wonderful truth. And they sing Meant to Be. And okay, so they sing the first little verse and they sing the chorus. And it's like, okay, fine. A little
A cute
reprise.
little third time
Cool.
through. Yeah.
Just like one little chorus, then we'll get back to the action, right? Because we're on a time crunch. No, it cuts to Tanner and Layla and they sing the second verse in full chorus. And Brady
Maybe this is
and Mac are
using movie logic and it's not actually taking any time. That's
I just
the one push I could give some like
they
realism, and it's not.
they just say we need to leave right now and they do multiple music numbers before they leave. Like we need to move right now and then like at least 5 minutes of runtime go on before they actually try to leave.
Mhm.
It's so dumb. Um so okay, I guess now it's really time for goodbye. And they have another just big slow goodbye before they go because there's no urgency at all anymore. They go, thanks for coming back. We needed it. And Brady and Tanner do the handshake thing again and then they hug. And Mac's like, I'm glad I got to see you again, Layla. And Layla's like, I'll never forget you again. And Max says, me neither. And Layla, listen, when you get back to your world, it doesn't have to be the way it was. You can start a math club or something. You can
She
just do
doesn't
whatever
go
you
to
want.
school in the movie.
No. You can do whatever you want. Change the movie. Make it your story. Even though she just told Brady but if that movie doesn't exist, they never met. But then she goes to Layla and says, you should change the movie.
This is the way to break up without breaking up. It's actually really clever. She got the egg from the surfboards. Brady was right behind it.
It's what we were talking about earlier, where we're like, Layla's like, I don't have any free will when I'm there. But now, apparently, she does have free will
Well,
completely to change the movie completely. How does this work? How does the lore of this universe work? I don't know.
because who made this movie? How did she have the power to change it and the power to change the world? Plot twist: the world physically all gets altered. The
Yeah.
universe butterfly effect of everything changes.
Yeah.
So, who actually makes movies in this universe?
I feel
The
like
characters in the movie or the directors, writers, actors, everything?
it should have butterfly affected way harder than it did. Like, I don't even think Mac should be here.
No,
Maybe oh, maybe though, because she's like, this movie's reason alone to serve. Whatever, we'll get there. Um, anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Layla says, you think I can change the movie? And Mac says, you can do it. And Layla says, thank you, I will.
those exact tone phrases and tone of voice.
Think will.
You will.
And then Mac gives Layla her bracelet from the Save the Ocean dance or something. And Tanner comes over and it says, Layla, we have to go. And I'm like, yeah, no fucking shit, you gotta go. You're dying. And then Tanner takes the two out on the surfboard. And I think I meant Brady. Brady takes him out on the surfboard. And Mac puts on a hoodie. This hoodie is important for the plot twist. On the water, Brady coaches them how to stay on the board and says, "Good luck." There's like a big old handle on it. I'm like, at this point, it's not a surfboard.
It's
It's a board with a motor
which
and
it
a
doesn't
handle.
have to be a surfboard. They just needed to get the flower in the ocean. Why do they even have to be deep in the ocean? They could have just walked in the
Why do
water
you have
with it.
why do you have to move the surfboard? Why can't you just sit on it and then it works?
But to be fair, we don't know how this logic works. They went through this process multiple times. Maybe they know better than us.
I mean, that in the first movie, they did catch a wave both times, I think. Or did
They
they?
did. No, the whole point was they were trying to surf on the big wave from the machine.
But no, no, no. She didn't surf when she went in the movie. She like crashed out. Brady got on a jet ski, swam out to her, and then they both got teleported to the movie. They weren't on a surfboard when they both got teleported.
No.
But there was waves.
And the surfboard was there and teleported with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Whatever.
In their logic, they needed a big storm to happen. So there was a storm when she left, and then there's a storm at the end of West Side Story. And then they're like, oh, well, since there's a storm, we can go back into the ocean. But then with the necklace, it's like, no, you can just wander in anytime you want.
Yeah.
Because magic.
Because cookie.
It's cool.
Because cookie.
And then there's this whole, like, multiple minute plot of, oh, the motor won't work. And I gotta fix it and go underwater and fix it. And I need a screwdriver. And Layla's like, here's my hairpin.
It's because she used her hairpin to fix the machine at the end.
And
It's a callback. You
it's a
can
dumb
dislike it.
callback.
You can dislike it, but it is a callback.
It doesn't feel the same. It doesn't feel like a callback the way that it plays out. I understand it is.
I'll say this. That was in the IMDb trivia page, and the other callbacks you've been talking about weren't.
But, like, what's the point of the callback?
Just that her hairpin solved the issue in both movies.
So?
It was like the precipice. It was just like, remember the first movie? Remember good movies?
Whatever. It didn't have the same impact as the first movie at all. Whatever, it worked, and the two blast off into the ocean. And Brady's left in the water, and we hear Mac's voice again say, "But if Tanner and Layla vanished, and the whole movie never existed, then that means we never met." And even though we literally heard this 5 minutes ago, but I understand that it's like just to make it super clear what's happening.
It's a very weird plot
It's
twist,
so weird.
and they have to do this.
So he comes out of the water very dramatically, and he runs right past Mac wearing the hoodie. And he looks past him, and it's like, you don't know each other. What?
It's like they never met.
What's happening? So he runs over to Devin, and it turns into like he wasn't out there with Tanner and Layla. He was night surfing. And they go, whoa, look, over there is a Save the Beach dance. They're going to project a movie? That looks cool. Let's crash it. So Brady looks over at Mac in her hoodie, staring at the water, and it's like, who is that? And then they go to the party, and everyone's dressed up like the 60s.
Oh my god, they used his idea. They're making a party out of this
Well, it's
movie.
not his idea anymore.
Yeah.
Alyssa and Spencer pass out bracelets, and then Mac shows up, and she's wearing a different outfit under the hoodie. That's why they have the hoodie to like cover up that she's wearing something different.
We're probably just gonna talk through the whole plot up until the start of the song here, and
Yeah.
then we'll discuss about what's going on. But I feel like we should get the groundwork out.
So Brady comes up and asks Max, "What's up with the big screen and the outfits?" And Max says, "It's a fundraiser themed for a 1962 beach movie." What movie? Layla, Queen of the Beach. What, you never heard of it? And he goes, "Oh no, I have. Everybody's heard of it." And Max like, "So you agree it's the awesomest movie ever made?" And Brady's like, "I'm not sure that's a word, and if it was, that movie isn't my jam." And Max like, "Well, that movie was totally ahead of its time. It's the reason I love to surf. Okay, how about this? You take a ticket, see the movie, and if you hate it, I'll buy you a mango smoothie." And he's like, "I love mangoes." She's like, "Well, then you win either way." So, what this is doing, here's the plot twist. Layla did go back and change the movie and made it Layla Queen of the Beach.
And the whole plot and everything's different. The final music number is going to show some scenes from the new movie a little bit, so
Yeah.
we know some stuff about it. But basically, she turned the movie into a solo feature about herself.
About herself.
All the other people are just side characters a little bit. And from all we can tell, there's no functional plot. It's just girl can do stuff.
The movie was so ahead of its time.
Just because it allowed a girl to do stuff. There were movies in the 60s about girls doing stuff. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I know the world was sexist and it was certainly male dominated, but those movies did exist.
So because of that, the butterfly effect is that Brady and Mac never met because the way they originally met was Brady was on the beach with a tablet watching Wet Side Story. And that's the only reason they ever knew each other. But
That's why they
now,
established everything so much from the beginning. But now they have the inverse of their meeting where it was Mac who loved the movie and is sharing it with Brady.
because it's a feminist, iconic
And
movie
like,
that everybody's heard of.
I don't even hate this twist. This is what I've always like have told people when talking about this movie. I don't hate the twist. It's much more the rest of the movie is so bad because of all these other choices and plot directions that they made that I can't appreciate some of the fun symmetry aspects and concept of like how the future might be within this.
Yeah.
And then when I can't accept all of the fun aspect of it, I'm just left here sitting with like the problems that it arises of butterfly effect stuff, and it just feels kind of pointless at the end.
I wish they weren't fighting the whole movie just to lead up to this because the impact doesn't hit as hard. Where we're supposed to be so heartbroken that they don't know each other
Yeah.
anymore. When it's like they were fighting the whole movie.
You know, in the end of Internal Sunshine, when they meet up again and they start dating each other again after they both don't remember each other,
Yeah.
it's kind of like that. but
But that was so much better
without,
because you got to see their whole relationship.
no, no, no. I'm saying it works so well in
Yeah.
that movie. In
Yeah.
Eternal Sunshine, it makes so much sense. In this movie, we just saw them get back together after fighting, and now it's like, okay, they're gonna get back together again. Going from together to together.
Neither movie we really got to see them truly be together, other than like a happy little montage and one musical number.
Yep.
That was it. We don't really know the in and outs of their relationship other
We've
than they
never
like to
really
surf.
gotten to care. We've been told to care.
Exactly.
And
They've only been together for 3 months.
yeah, there's just so many issues with this movie and together that this plot twist, which is interesting,
It
but
is
it's also
interesting.
it's yeah. There's a lot of ideas within this movie that I feel like could have been expanded into a full film focus on that. That would have been much better than what Teen Beach 2 is.
I also just think it's stupid that they do this whole like saying the exact words that they said the first time they met. We only know those are the words because they told us those were the
Yeah,
words.
if
They
I
didn't
was in
show
the first
us.
movie, that would have been such a sweet
It
little
would have been
callback,
awesome.
but it's not.
But it's not because there was no room
So
for that in
when
the
it
first
it
movie.
just doesn't get the credit within here, and it's not that it could like the idea itself is bad. There's also the aspect of the movie's ending in 5 minutes. We don't get to like have any extra fun with all of this other than this is how they met. And again, there never seemed to be any plan for a third movie. So
Yeah. It's like this plot twist would be totally fine if this was a different movie leading up to it. But it's what we have, and it's just so weird. It's the biggest left turn of just like, oh, wait, what? The universe is different now? Like, it doesn't hit the way they want it to, I don't think. It's a twist, I think, just for the sake of having a twist
it's a twist that is fine in concept, bad in practice,
in this
because
movie.
of the fact of how like you're not actually doing it to explore any new topics. You just had it to have like a nice little bow on the idea. But then also just again, I don't buy the world building of Layla, Queen of the Beach becoming a worldwide phenomenon and Wet Side Story not. From what everything we see, Wet Side Story is a significantly better film.
Yeah. And there was nothing wrong with the messaging
No.
in Wet Side Story. It was about, like,
And
overcoming
once again,
differences.
where were the directors or actors? Did they have completely different minds in the past then?
I don't know. And what I was saying but before with the butterfly effect, it should have butterflied harder. Of like Mac, should she even be in California?
Doesn't make sense with the
But
first
they did
movie's plot
say
completely.
apparently she grew up loving this movie. It's like the whole thing in the first movie is that her grandpa loved this movie, but now it's like she loves this movie and she says it's the reason I love to surf. So I guess maybe she's just like, I want to go live in California with my grandpa because I love to surf because of Layla Queen of the Beach. Layla doesn't even surf. Layla's a biker. I don't know. The whole point of West Side Story was like two rival gangs and two star-crossed lovers and learning to overcome your differences. It's West Side Story
Yeah.
a little bit, but less death. Um,
Yeah.
and now Layla Queen of the Beach is about a girl who likes math, maybe, and is a girl boss on the beach.
Yeah.
Maybe just her and her alone unite the bikers and the surfers.
And like the first movie was a spoof. You just completely changed like the genre of it too.
Yeah. Well, no, it's still a beach movie.
That's not as much of a comedy, it doesn't seem like.
No, I don't know. So the movie's gonna start. Mac is like leading it, I guess, and she makes an announcement. She's like, "Thank you everyone for coming," and they start the movie. And everyone in the movie comes out of the car, ending with Tanner and Layla, and it's a big deal. And she's a jacket, it says Layla. And Layla looks amazing and is the queen of the beach. So my exact notes. I wrote Layla looks amazing and is the queen of the beach. And the musical number starts. So once again, this feels like a closing number of Layla Queen of the Beach. And I'm like, why are they playing the end of the movie?
I honestly do think it's the opening of the movie within there
Really?
because they like kind of do the introduction to all the characters thing within there, and they're not saying goodbye.
They don't say all their names.
But he said Tanner has the kitchen sink.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it could be an opening to that movie. It's obviously the end to Teen Beach 2.
And what's the plot? They're all already
That's what
friends.
I'm saying. It doesn't make sense, but she changed the movie for them to be friends.
Whatever.
Side note, when we were in Jankhouse first conceptualizing this marathon,
Yeah.
this is the first footage we saw of any DCOM.
It was so dumb. Because what happened was,
We put
Ben,
yeah,
I think Ben just random number
not
generated.
me, Ben.
No, sorry. Should not say
You
his last
probably shouldn't say his last name.
Ben L, who has been on the podcast. He's on like our Kim Possible episode and some other episodes. If that Ben, he's our roommate. He like random number generated a decom and it was Teen Beach 2. And I was like, we're not gonna start with a sequel. That's so dumb. But for some reason, someone pulled up on YouTube this number and we watched it. And y'all didn't even know about the plot twist at this point. I knew about the plot
So
twist
the
because I had
very
seen it
first thing
before.
we watched in the marathon was the final number of a sequel movie.
Yeah, I don't know. And then we watched Mom's Met with the Vampire, and that's actually how we started the marathon.
Yeah.
But yeah, for some reason we watched That's How We Do. Whatever. Um so Layla like throws a jacket in the movie and then Mac catches it in the real world. Whoa, that's crazy. And it says Mac on it. And everyone in the real world is matching the choreography from the movie. But in the movie they have like a bucket of sand and in the real world they have a bucket of popcorn, which I thought was fun.
Yeah. I feel like the choreo in this film's kind
It's
of fun.
fun. Yeah, no, the
I have
choreography is
no
totally fine.
issues with this scene.
No, this scene is fun. And once again, they're dancing in front of the projector, which is showing the
It's
movie.
good symmetry to the beginning of the movie too. It's
Yeah.
I don't have
I
issues.
wish this is how the first movie ended. Um, in terms of how they're doing a musical number. And it's really cool. It's like big and tons of dancers. Mac gets Brady to join the dance somehow. And he just knows the dance, even though he said he's never seen the movie before. And it goes papa 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 wah wubba 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 wah shooby dooby wabba dee doo.
Yeah, but like that on kazoo.
Beep 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 beep, that's how we do. Dooby dooby, that's how
That's
we
how we
do.
kazoo.
That's how we kazoo.
That's what you should have done. Oh damn it.
Doo doo doo, that's how we kazoo. um and then they do the milkshake, do the jelly belly, do the hoo-ha, give him a knuckle sandwich.
I do really just believe this movie, Layla Queen of the Beach, has no conflict.
Hold on, I'm not done. Do the wiggle worm. Do the angry gorilla. Praying mantis. And don't forget the kitchen sink. Oh, Tanner.
Maybe this was the way this was revolutionary was not about women's rights and about making movies that are just vibes.
Yeah, which is your favorite dance? I like the hoo ha.
I like Angry Gorilla.
Hoo hoo hoo. Ross Lynch got a big old dance break in this. That's Brady. And he like did a little tap dance on the car. That was fun. Brady and Mac do the final chorus up on the projector, like on top, overlooking everyone. I don't know why Brady's up there when they've just met each other. but sure. And he like dips her and she goes, I'm Mac, which is callback to the first movie. And he goes, I'm Brady. And they smile at each other and they like keep kind of looking like it's kind of like we know each other. And Layla winks at them in the movie.
Ignore the illogical side of every part of that.
And Mac is kind of like, huh. And then they bump the chorus again, wubba 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 wubba, shooby dooby dooby doo, and they like slow dance to it.
And that's the movie.
And that's the end of the movie. That's it. That's Teen Beach 2. This movie sucks. Like that last number I think is fine. But there's so many like multiple numbers, at least 3 in this movie that I feel like just completely halt the plot of the movie and aren't good songs. The choreography is always fine, but like God, the plot sucks ass. They're trying to do a million different things and then they end with this crazy plot twist that doesn't pay off because the rest of the movie sucks. Like, it's such a disservice to the first movie, which was genuinely such a fun, silly, like,
Goofy
good
vibe. It
movie.
was such
It
a
was
good,
good.
funny, like smile on your face the whole time movie.
Yeah.
And this movie's just not a happy movie.
It's such a letdown. If this movie wasn't a sequel to Teen Beach Movie, if this was like a standalone movie that I watched, I wouldn't be as hard on it. I'd be like, it's fine. But the fact that it's such a letdown after Teen Beach Movie
I don't
sucks.
think there's much redeeming about this movie. But every individual scene within here, it's typically passable. But when
Mhm.
you put them together, it makes a combined whole that's significantly worse than its parts. It has plot threads that don't go anywhere. It has plot holes that were easily avoidable. It has songs that are passable on their own, but do not work in the context of the movie. And that's really where all my problems come with this. It's just
And,
like
like, it feels like it's retconning, even though it's kind of technically not retconning.
it's just tearing this whole puzzle apart.
And the lore of bringing these movie characters into the real world, it all falls apart instantly. It doesn't make sense. Like, you could easily hand wave it away when it's bringing real life characters into a movie world, but bringing those characters back out, and now we're in the real world. We can't be as silly anymore. We need to be grounded, but also try to be silly. And it's just like, it doesn't work. Not the way they did it.
Mhm. All right,
So that's Team Beach
that's Team
2.
Beach 2.
Final Jank House ranking was 86, pretty low. Benji and I both agree and have it at 82, slightly higher. If anything, after this, I think I would lower it. It's in my D tier.
I mean, yeah, neither of us like this movie. There are positives to this, but for this to be this low, you have to realize Kelsey really fucking hates it because she has such a big musical bias.
Yeah. It's like the lowest musical I have, I
Is
think.
this above what
Well, actually, is Proud Family movie a musical?
it has songs, a couple.
That's the lowest.
I was gonna say it's one Cheetah Girls One World.
I have it higher than this.
I mean, that makes sense.
They're
Cheetah Girls
both
One World is better than
they're
this.
both in D tier,
Wow.
but yeah. Um yeah, that's Teen Beach 2. If you came here expecting us to like it, sorry, we don't. I hope you also don't like it and that this is like cathartic
Yeah.
hearing us rant
Please let
about
us
it.
know. Email us at the DCOMduo@gmail.com or leave a comment anywhere. And we'd love to hear your thoughts on Teen Beach 2. If you love it, tell us why. I'm genuinely interested on what you like.
Yeah. Like if you watched this in your childhood, like cool. I watched it as like an older teen. And I like the first one and the second one I was like, huh, that was an interesting plot twist. And now that I've analyzed the movies, I'm like, I hate that movie. I hate Teen Beach 2. And now we never have to watch it again
Mm-hmm.
if we don't want to. I have a feeling at some point in my life I will watch it again, though.
You watch it twice in a day?
I did.
All right.
All right.
What do you think the next decom we're going to watch
Yeah.
is?
So we gotta predict. I think it's gonna be Rip Girls.
You think it's Rip Girls?
Yeah.
I was thinking Princess Protection Program.
Oh, that'd be a fun one.
Yeah.
Let's spin the wheel. Do 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 do. It's You Wish.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
You Wish with an exclamation point.
Oh, yeah. I like You Wish.
You Wish is fun. I know you have it like higher than I ever had it, But I'm excited to rewatch it and potentially also appreciate it more.
Yeah, it could be Avalon High within there, although
Yeah,
I think it's less ironic than Avalon High, but it's also just like you wish is memorable in
it
a way a
is.
lot of the other DCOMs that it's probably quality is similar to aren't.
I just feel like you guys hold on to like the house being blue ones and a turkey and uh Thousand Miles Place,
Hey,
and that's it.
stop stealing our next time on stuff. What
I
else
need
are we
to
supposed
like
to do
there's
there?
like three
Thank you for
things.
tuning in.
There's like
Don't say anything else. We need all the content we can get for that.
okay. Goodbye. Thanks for listening, guys. See you in 2 weeks for You Wish.
Bye bye.
Bye. See you for our next episode. All right, back to what I was saying. I feel like you guys hold on to these three things and think it's a good movie, and it's fine.
Okay. Well, yes, the house is blue.
Why is the house blue?
Um,
Why is it blue? Because
they
they're
have a
rich
pet
now?
turkey named Gooble Gobble.
Gobble gobble. And
It
then
has the best needle drop in any decom. You can't argue that.
they play 1,000 miles and it's pretty
It's
iconic.
really funny. The fact that this is all because he's a coin collector, but he's like, I'm such a jock. I would be such a jock if it wasn't for my silly brother, but I love coin collecting.
And I want to get a dog, but my brother said we have to get a turkey.
So they listen to that. Also, now that my brother doesn't exist, that means he's actually a famous child movie star.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. What's the point?
Also, now that my family is rich because we didn't have another kid,
I'm good at football.
and our house is blue.
Yeah. Yeah, they painted it last week.
Blue means rich.
Talking about movies that didn't do butterfly effects enough, this is an adequate level of butterfly effect. Too much stuff changed in
His
anything.
hair is different. Crazy.
Why is the hair different?
Why is the house blue? Gobble gobble.
Gobble.
They're gonna go kill that turkey now.
Google
They're gonna
Gobble.
kill Gobble Gobble because no one's there to adopt him.
What an awesome like moral quandary is like, yeah, my brother doesn't exist, but he's actually also now like a movie star.
I don't get why they kept him in the universe instead of just he doesn't exist
Again,
anymore.
is it a good decision? Probably not. Is it interesting and memorable? Yes.
Yeah.
And that's my opinion on the movie. You don't need to tune in to find
Google Gobble. The
Google Gobble.
Google Gobble. Google
Gobble.
Google
Google
Gobble.
Google Gobble. Google.